biracial girl getting pew pew by her ex-boyfriend like 10 times, and he drove her around for like 30 minutes and made a couple calls to people while he had her in the car about where he was going to dump her body, but ended up dumping her at a hospital, and then she ended up surviving. And my thing is that this is what I swear I'm not trying to victim blame, right? I don't want you guys to think I'm trying to victim blame. I'm really not, but um she had broken up with him, I guess, because there was some type of domestic violence situation, right? And they decided to meet up to talk, which my mother told me this when I was a teenager before I even had a boyfriend, that if you've ever broken up with a man, or let's say you're even married to a man and you want to say that you want to leave, you don't ever tell them while they're in person. You make sure that you're far away when you tell somebody you're going to break up with a man. And also, if you broke up with somebody, you never meet with them again to discuss nothing. Because you never know what a man will do if you telling him no. But then that's something that my mother told me, like I said, back in the late 90s, man. So, anywho, beyond that, this man has a tattoo of a assault rifle on his face. Okay, so at what point, I mean, honestly, do we like say like, hey, the signs are there? Like, exactly how much do you feel like you're going to be respected by a black man that clearly looks like a criminal, clearly looks like a felonious Pookie, clearly has been to jail or prison and been into some type of trouble? This man has a pew pew tattooed on his face. Do you know how unhinged as a human being you have to be to get a weapon? Okay, and you know how you got the girls that want to be edgy, that get like little, pew pews and stuff tattooed on their side of their thighs and stuff like that. Okay, whatever. I wouldn't do that, and I'm no prude. I have a tattoo. Um, I have two actually. But beyond that, honestly, do you know how unhinged of an individual you have to be to get a pew pew tattooed on your face? Legitimately. Let's see here. Let's see here. North 67 says, I don't know about all that. Because everybody's dangerous. Well, first of all, everybody isn't dangerous, but I can tell you, if we're looking for a rule book to see, a man that puts a pew pew on his face is definitely mentally unstable and probably dangerous as well. Like we're not going to normalize that, sir. We're not. If you get a pew pew tattooed on your face, you don't deserve to have any access to any woman. Any smart woman that had any sense, any brain cells would not give a man any type of attention. Like, what are we talking about? Oh, that's pretty cool, Gabrielle. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not talking about that type of thing. But a pew pew on your face, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing. Like, if I was in a dating world, right? And I saw a man that was like, hey, I'd like to talk to you, Triggered. And I turn around and I see him and he has a pew pew on his cheek. I'm running for the hills. Running for the freaking hills. What are we talking about here? But anyway, go ahead, Gabrielle. Go ahead, Miss Gabrielle.
Yep. Good evening. I definitely agree with this. I think there have been a lot of cases where males who are felons or quote unquote hood have taken out the women that they were dating. I mean, I think even with felons, I think there are a lot of rules, like they can't, I think a lot of them can't get passports. I think that might vary from state to state, but from my understanding, I know at the very least a lot of other countries won't even let them in. There are like all kinds of legalities that come with that. I think when you have a felony, based on some stuff I've seen online, so it's like, what benefit would you get as a woman out of dating a man who has felonies, or is the type of guy to get a pew pew on his underneath his eye? It just, the benefits are not there. Like, a man with that kind of baggage is not able to add anything to you. He's not able to enhance your life in any way. He probably has all kinds of other issues because stuff like felonies and all that doesn't really exist in a vacuum. Yeah, like Chilosium said, like you can't, I didn't even think about that. Like they can't get great jobs or apartments because they have to, I think a lot of apartments like will not even rent to males who have like felonies. So it's like, why would you tie yourself to a man like that? Why would you want your kids to have a father who has that kind of baggage that's going to make it impossible for him to, provide for the family or whatever? So it's just, I, I definitely wouldn't do it. I definitely wouldn't recommend any other woman to do it. So obviously, I definitely, really strongly agree with this prompt.
All right, I got you. I got you, Gabrielle. All right, let me go up here to Miss Chilotem. Go ahead, sis.
Hi, Triggered. Good evening. Hi, Gabby. Hi, ladies in the chat. Um, for this particular topic, I feel like, especially for me, because I grew up African and everything, and I'm so sorry to always have to say that, but I feel like I have to say it to make some of the points I make. It's such an inconceivable thing. Like, I can't even imagine myself talking to one of them, let alone like having a full blown relationship. Because the first thing that comes to my head is like, you were not raised this way. Like I was raised really strict. And a lot of African parents who send you to school, especially if they're coming from nothing, they expect you to bring the cream of the crop home. So I feel like the upbringing is so strict to where you even feel guilty to think about talking to people like that, let alone talking to them. And another aspect I think some women may not be thinking about is the fact that this is a lack of awareness. Like you're not aware that you are. Oh no, I don't think that's the word. A lack of self-preservation. You're not thinking to where, like, you're not thinking like, oh yeah, I could easily be putting myself in danger or putting my family in danger, my loved ones in danger, because it doesn't just stop at them hurting other people. If they decide to become, a crazy ex or something, now your life is in danger. Now someone is stalking you. Now you have to get so many restraining orders. So it's just a host of issues, and it's the return on investment is not worth it. So it's a big no for me. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you. I mean, like I said, I feel I'm gonna try to figure out the best way that I can say these things without sounding like mad judgmental, because I've been accused of being that. But honestly, I just feel like I'm not saying that I don't feel empathy for you, that, you've been pew 10 times and everything like that. And, seeing, I saw the girl, the little news report where they were interviewing her. She's still in a wheelchair and everything. She's got her legs all bandaged up and stuff, because a lot of the shots were in her legs and stuff like that. I totally understand that. But like I said before, my God, man, like you look at this guy, like what about this guy would make you be like, you know what? Yeah, that's going to be my man right there. Like what exactly does he look like he's going to bring into your life other than roaches and misfortune? Like honestly and truly, like what is he going to give to you? Like let's be freaking for real. And he's not even attractive, bro. Like the least you could do is have one of these like Pookies or hood Negroes that's like 6'4", you know what I'm saying? Muscled out, like dangerously sexy or something. Like you got this old puny misfit dude with a pew tattooed on his face. Like what are we talking? And this is who you're risking your life for? Who you almost left this earth because you was messing with? Like, ew. Like, I just, and it's so many black women that don't use the freaking common sense that God gave them. You don't use any common sense. Like, the red flags are right there just looking. Like, some black women, I just feel like, but she was biracial, but this applies to all races of women. I just feel like some women just freaking look at somebody and they should already be dismissed by looks alone. And some women, you will see that and they'll just go ahead and proceed. And it's like, what? Shiloh, tell me you have something to say, sis.
Yeah, it's kind of tied to this. I just saw this on YouTube today, and Mike Epps was talking about how, people celebrate felons and throw parties for them. And he's like, oh, no, there's nothing to celebrate because you failed in your life. Like you did something you weren't supposed to do. And to my surprise, he came up with an apology video for apologizing for what he said. And it's just like, I don't know if we're living in an upside down world where somebody points out something that's clearly common sense. Because from what I gathered, I think he's also been to prison or something. And people really got offended by him saying that we shouldn't, not we, but like people in general shouldn't celebrate felons. So it's very scary. It's really, really scary. So I just wanted to use that to buttress the prompt, I guess, or buttress the point.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely saw that too. I think a lot of it has to do with the glorification of criminality here in the United States and the fact that it has been force fed, down black people's throats. And it manifests differently in black women versus black men. I feel like it manifests in black women, some black women, not all, of course, to where they equate masculinity to criminality. And so these type of men arouse them for some reason. But as I said before, I have never, ever, ever in my life been into men like this. You know what I'm saying? My parents raised me better than that. And I was raised in the suburbs. So I was never looking at guys like this, like, oh yeah, that's that. No, no, no. I would have looked at a man like this and been like, security, security, help me. Like, I would have never been like, oh, okay, I'm about to go over here and be with this man. Like, be freaking for real. Like I said, I'm really not trying to be funny, but it's really exactly Rock Bella. You at the door lock. I find it, and I'm really not trying to be funny, man, but I find it very difficult to feel an obscene amount of empathy towards women that choose men like this. I really do, because it's like your mama didn't tell you nothing at all, or you don't even have any like thought processes in your own head. Like, what does entertaining men like this get you? What? I'm sure that this isn't the first guy that you've been with. So you already know that messing with these type of men don't get you nowhere. So why are you keep making these same mistakes over and over again? Like I said, it's just like, the fact that women are really out there saying that Blueface is attractive when he got all of those tattoos all over his face, looking like a freaking horror movie character. And the fact that there are women that actually are attracted to men like this is like, I just be wanting to say, like, y'all gotta go get some therapy. Y'all gotta go get some self-esteem. Y'all gotta go like take a couple weeks to like go to some type of professional side of Instagram or somewhere where you can look at professional men and that present better than this. And not that a professional man can't okie doke you or do you bogus, because he can, but I can guarantee you something. And I don't speak in absolutes often, but I'm going to speak in the absolute right now. I can absolutely tell you a man that tattooed an assault rifle on his face is going to ruin your life for sure. He's going to ruin your life because that is not a mentally stable Negro. That is a black man that is internalized every problem in the black community and put it inside his soul. All of the toxicity of rap and this, that, and the third, he has internalized in his own mind. For real. But like I said, the girl in this particular instance is biracial, if I'm not mistaken. Because I saw her mother there, so she's definitely biracial, I'm assuming. A lot of work needs to be done. That's all I can say. Because it's not just black women making these decisions,
This is like the place to say that, but I feel like a man who is a nerd or like always has his nose in a book, that kind of thing, that's more appealing to me. Someone who listens to high vibrational music, if you will. Like I was raised on a lot of, like a ton of American music. My dad used to listen to music a lot. So even the low vibrational ones, that's not something I personally listen to. And this applies to African music as well. I listen to lyrics a lot. So I just didn't get where she was coming from with the whole we like bad boys. Who is we? Like nobody's French here. We're not doing it. Like you have to speak for yourself when it comes to stuff like that. And it's I'm speechless. But yeah, I'll end here.
Yeah, I feel you on that because this is like, don't put me in this pile because I'm gonna tell you right now, if I saw a black man, as I said before, with an assault rifle tattooed on his face, there's just no way on God's green earth I'm talking to him. Like, I don't care what game he has. I don't care if his game is immaculate, impeccable. It's the best of all time. Like, he's calling me queen, the queen of Sheba. He's like, you're the most beautiful, bombest woman I ever seen in my entire life. You're so freaking gorgeous. I don't care, sir. Be gone, Pookie. No, no, no. Like, honestly.
I got something to tell you.
Sin, you have something to say, sir?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I'm a fella, and I'll treat you the best out of like any man you ever been with in your life.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm
think
joking. I'm not a felon, bro. I'm a good guy.
okay, because okay,
Have
so
a
you
good
have
day,
something to
beautiful.
say?
Have a good day, beautiful.
All right, goodbye. All right. I don't know what was up for that. Like I was speechless. I was about to be like, bro. Yeah, I was trying to. The reason why I was speechless is that I was trying to figure out which way I was gonna roast him. But then he said he was playing, so I was just like, oh, my flappers were gasted, okay? Oh my goodness. The things that be going on when you come on TikTok on the late night side or the later side. Oh my goodness. I'm about to be like, how you gonna treat me better, sir? You can't even get an apartment in your name. You can't even vote or nothing. You can't even get a weapon to protect me. Like, I was like, yeah. Not that I can't protect myself, but y'all get the gist of what I'm saying. But anywho, and beyond just not dating felons though, you guys, I actually mean hood men too. Like any man that gives you like that very hood demeanor, like he's copying off of his favorite rapper, like those are not men that you want to talk to. Like legitimately, I seen this girl, she did this TikTok video where she was talking about like the way men sag their pants and like, you know, how it makes them look like they're GAY. And she had did this like one where she had her like, she had on these jeans and boxers and she had the pants like right tucked underneath the butt. And she was like, those dudes are definitely GAY when they sag their pants like that. Do you know how many black dudes that I've seen, like if I'm going to the hood area, like I want to go to the beauty store, beauty supply store or something like that, and I'm going to a hood area, how many dudes I see like that? And it's just like, what in the world would make you be attracted to a man that has his pants sagging right underneath his cheeks? Like, honestly, right underneath the cheeks? I don't even understand how men don't see that that's problematic. How they connect that to masculinity and not to like what they say sagging originated from, which was apparently letting other inmates know that you were open for back shots or whatever. So I don't even understand how men came out here and started doing it in the real world. I really don't know. I really do not know. I just know, yeah. So any man that's just giving you that whole hood persona, those are men that you do not want to talk to, period. They're easily influenced, and most of the time they're going to be mentally unstable. No, don't date no man that's been to jail. Don't date no man that's been to prison. Don't date no man that's got any felonies. Do not do it for real. Because this young woman that got pewed up 10 times, that could be you. Honestly and truly. And these men are probably more quick to do it because they've already been locked up and they don't feel like it's that as big a deal. Like they know that they can get through it because they've already been there. So it's like, what are you doing? Honestly, no, 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 no. So, but anyway, you guys, like I said, I want to talk more about it, but I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to seem like I'm being insensitive. But I swear it's like every day there's a black woman that comes up here or a biracial woman that comes up here and talks about how, either someone will say like she lost her life or she almost lost her life. And then you see the man and you're like, what? Like, that's the guy? Like, you didn't realize that he was a criminal when you saw him? You didn't realize? And this is another thing that I don't be wanting to say. I said this in one of my videos on YouTube, but I know that people may call it anti-black, but it's really not. Certain ways that black men wear their hair is also a very big indicator of a possible criminal connection. And this does not apply to black women. It does not apply to black women in their natural hair or anything of that nature. So I'm not talking, this is a completely separate dynamic. But if you see a black man with his hair like the guy in the picture, I would say 9 times out of 10, he's a Pookie. If you see a man with wigs, 9.5 to 9.9 times out of 10, he's a Pookie, a criminal that you don't want to talk to. But I tried to say that one time and people called me anti-black and said I was hating on black people's hair, the way it comes out of their scalp. And I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that certain styles, certain aesthetics attract certain types of people. The same way, when you see girls with the 30-inch bust down or a 30-inch side part that's blonde and platinum, that those are normally divas. Girls that really are into makeup and putting their whole outfit on, they be putting it on because that goes with the aesthetic, the baddie aesthetic. So a lot of those girls really, you know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is that certain looks attract certain mindsets. But anyway, Gabrielle, you have something to say?
Yeah, I actually just wanted to respond to I hate this app in the comments because she said being a felon doesn't mean he's more likely to unalive you than a man with 0 charges. And I think that is very dubious because it's like, yeah, a man with 0 charges can definitely snap and become a family unaliver. But at the same time, it's like if a man has felonies or is like the guy on the screen, then we already know from the jump that he is not a safe person, that he's unhinged, and that, like you were saying, host, that he's already done some kind of prison time, and so it's less likely to be something that he's afraid of. So I just feel like I really wouldn't. I'm really kind of questioning that claim that this idea that him being a felon doesn't mean that he's more likely to unalive you, because like if anything, felons already have their privileges in society reduced, and so he actually has less to lose than in most cases. Obviously they're going to be outliers, but in most cases he has less to lose than a man with 0 charges. So I'm just not I'm really I'm really not really agreeing with that claim. Like, I feel like making that statement almost kind of gives felons, like, like, oh, well, maybe we should date them. It's like, no, we shouldn't. Like, felons cannot vote. They can't. I think I'm definitely sure I've seen something online that says they either have trouble getting passports, so they can't vote, they can't get passports. In some cases, they cannot get apartments in their own names, they can't get certain jobs, and they are more prone to violence. And they've been around violence if they spent any time in jail. They've been surrounded by violence and that kind of low vibrational energy. And so I do think like men in general are a risk. If you're going to take the risk, it's better to take it with a man who has 0 charges than a man who has felonies and pews on his face. So I just wanted to respond to that person in the comments.
Yeah, Gabrielle. She was wilding. I like normally when I see women make comments like that, I'm gonna be keeping real with y'all. I just automatically assume that they're a Pookie lover. I automatically assume that they have a felon in their bed right now, laid up with, and they feel personally attacked. That's automatically what goes to my mind, because out of anything that you could say in the chat, anything that you could choose to defend, you choose to defend felons. Like, that's a big tell on where your head is and where your mind state is. I already know you love Pookies. I already know that you love Ray Rays. I already know that you would definitely go ahead and, bring in, a dime bag of marijuana inside your pussy to the prison and pull it out of your slot so that you can give it to them underneath the table at visitation. I already know that you're doing that. Okay? Because why would you even say that? You know what I'm saying? I already know that's what you're doing. You can't be trusted. I'm serious. Like in 2025, if you're a black woman and you're defending felonious black men specifically, not just black men, of course, white men, whoever, any race, but we're talking, this is a black man on this picture, so you know who we talking about. So if you are a black woman and you're defending felonious black men in 2025, about to be 2026, girl, you need your head checked. And why are you following me? Like, honestly, because you should know that I don't stand for none of that. So I don't even know why you hit the follow button to follow me, because I had to click on her page to see, like, do I know you? Because you are crazy. But I'm looking like follow back. You following me for what? Because, baby, I am totally against everything that you're saying. You know what I'm saying? And I never said don't watch out for men that haven't been to jail. But I just said that absolutely don't date a man that is a felon, and don't date any of these dudes that come out here acting like hood gang member number one. Like, don't do that. But like I said, these are the type of women that get caught. You know what I'm saying? Trying to never mind, trying to smuggle a cell phone up their anus so that they can bring it to Raekwon. You know what I'm saying? So he can talk to them. Like, baby, no. We got to protect our booty holes, okay, from being used by felonious Negroes. We can't be doing that. Honestly and truly, like, I don't know what to say. Really, really. Like, black women, and I don't even want to say black women, we got to do better, because it's not all of us. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, I'm not going to jail. Okay? So let me tell you something. Don't do nothing. There won't be no trouble, because I'm snitching. I'm telling it all. They like, you gonna take this charge from me, girl? No, I'm telling. But I got this pew pew. It's a mandatory 7 years. You gonna be doing them 7 years. Okay? Cause I'm telling. Now. I'm telling. Duh. Oh my goodness. Jazzy Ray, you said majority of us have common sense and self-love. I agree. But like, really, that girl just blew me. I'm so glad Gabrielle seen it, but Gabrielle always see all the comments. She don't be playing. She see them comments. She be like, yeah, let me go ahead and talk to the sucker in the chat. Now let me stop playing. Yeah. Oh, Chilotem, go ahead.
Yeah, did you see the comments I made for the suggestions for other lives? It's let me see if I can scroll up real quick. But I was thinking, I don't mean to derail the topic. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, it's okay.
Okay, so I just watched a couple of videos on Twitter, and it's like two different people talking about how one of them was Jules. I think his last name is Santana. He was talking about how kids don't need to learn how to read because you can just use an app to read to you, and kids only need to learn how to do math for financial literacy. And then there was this other dude. I don't know who these people are, by the way. I feel like people are making up new celebrities every day. But the other dude, his name is Jay Cinco, and he said his biggest pet peeve with his girlfriend is that she uses too many big words when they're talking. And it's just like, this is really embarrassing. But this is just an idea, just maybe for another life, not for this one.
What do you want to talk about? Like the stupidity of these guys?
Yeah, so I was watching the video you did on the live stream about the kids and how a lot of teachers can't quote unquote control or discipline the kids these days. And from what I've gathered, like from other videos I've also watched, they say that these kids don't know how to learn, and then we have them watching, rappers podcasts, and they listen to stuff like this, so there's no incentive for them to learn how to read or be literate. So I don't know if that's like worth discussing, but yeah, it does scare me a little bit, and yeah. That's kind of the idea, I guess.
Okay, yeah. I'll look into it. I don't know who some of those guys that you were saying is. I think you said Joel Santana, right?
Yes,
Okay, I
and
know who that is, but the other
okay,
guys I don't.
Jay
Um,
Cinco, I think.
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know who that is.
yeah, me neither.
Gabrielle, you have something to say?
Yeah, I just wanted to piggyback off what Chilotan was saying because I actually do think it's related to the topic. I definitely think that if a man has felonies or PQs tattooed on their faces, they probably do have lower literacy rates. And so, if that is the case, then they would naturally, unfortunately, be offended by a woman using bigger words or thinking that, her pursuing a college degree is a bad thing. So I definitely do think it's related. And I also think that that's yet another reason not to date these kind of guys. Like, I just feel like when it comes to dating men, there should just be a certain bar, a certain filter. Like, can he have an intelligent conversation about things that, I don't know, like political stuff or philosophical stuff, or just things that involve a certain level of intelligence? Have they read a book without pictures in the past 5 years or 2 years? I just feel like stuff like that, like having that bar, it'll naturally weed out these kind of guys who are more prone to violence and more prone to, thinking that, oh, she uses big words or she reads a book or if she's going to school, then that's some terrible thing. So I know I definitely agree with Chilo's Ham. I do think it actually is really related to the prompt for sure. I think she made some really great points.
Right, I got you. And you guys, I just wanted to say for the lady that was in here, but she's probably gone already, who said like, the felons are like more, it's the guys that don't get caught that are more likely to do something to you, whatever. I just looked this up and I just want to give it to you. It's right off of Google. It says here, men with a history of incarceration are significantly more likely to be involved in intimate partner violence. Studies show that formerly incarcerated men and their partners report partner violence rates that are often 10 times higher than the general population, a risk factor exacerbated by common stressors during reentry, like financial strain, unemployment, and substance abuse. So I just want y'all to know that no, indeed, they are more likely to do something to you. That's why it's important for you not to date men that have been to prison or been to jail. And I have no idea why so many women really don't want to accept the truth about these type of things. It's very weird. It's very weird that so many women want to go to bat for like criminals. Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's like, how many felonious men are somewhere doing lies where they are trying to defend black women, like or defend women in general. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm never saying these things just to say them. It's the truth. And I would have thought that I wouldn't even have to look this up. I would have thought that anybody would have known that a man that had been to jail or he's a felon, he's a criminal, that he has a higher risk of doing something to you. I would have thought anybody would have known that, but I guess not. Hey, Leilani, you had something to say, sis?
Hey, I joined just right now, but I be watching your channel a lot and stuff. Hey girl, hey. I was just gonna say when people be like they don't understand why, I understand why. It's because BLK men, that males, they're at the bottom of the totem pole. And so they don't have any dominance. We all know this in comparison to other men. And so since we glorify like the hood life and rap music and violence and stuff like that, a lot of black women associate that with dominance and kind of like going against the grain and, oh, he can protect me because he don't care about the law, he don't care. So that's why a lot of them end up with along with self-esteem issues. They feel like they can't get better, or they're the only ones that they date. But that's the main reason I feel like a lot of black women deal with those kind of men, is because they feel like to some degree they assert that they associate that with dominance, and they feel like those kind of men will protect them, when literally it's the opposite.
All right. I got you, Leilani. I definitely did say that a little earlier, but you probably wasn't here. I just said that I think a lot of the programming that black women and black girls receive through like news, media, TV is that somehow criminality equals masculinity. And there are a lot of girls that have to unpack that ideology that because a man is a criminal or because a man is likely to crash out, that means that he's somebody special, as opposed to he's just a wild animal that you need to avoid. Oh, go ahead, Gabrielle.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I definitely hear what's being said about them being viewed. Well, the idea that that he can protect me, but it's like how would the protection happen if this man can't get a job, doesn't have any resources, is not intellectual, is not financially literate, is not financially stable. I don't know. Maybe I don't understand how a man like that could be viewed as a protector when he does not have any societal, financial, any kind of power to protect any woman. Like I just really feel like a guy like that would just be a liability. So I don't understand the perception of protection, like where that is coming from. Just looking at the standing of like a guy like who's like a felon or who's like the one on the sorry on the screen.
Yo, I understand what you're saying, Gabrielle. I think that it's just certain women with low self-esteem that have been, brainwashed and stuff like that. I think that lost women, you know what I mean? I think that the reason why you can't understand it is because you're a thinking woman with intelligence and fully functioning brain cells. And I think that there are a lot of women that unfortunately are not in that same position, truthfully, I don't know how I can say it without sounding mean, but it is what it is because like I said, the man in this picture, honestly, if you are a black woman and you would entertain a man with the pew pew tattooed on his face, which is a very big indicator that he doesn't care about himself, he doesn't care about life, and he's definitely not going to care about you, then you don't have any brain cells. Now, I feel sorry that you got pew-pewed up and everything like that, but, it is what it is. But let me go up here to next to Free Spirit. You have something to say, Free Spirit?
Hi, yes, I do. Sorry, that took a while for me to do that. But yeah, I agree with what everybody says so far. I just joined the live, so like, sorry if I'm like addressing things that have already been said, but you know, I just want to piggyback off of what somebody else said about, these men not having the capability to protect their women, stuff like that. Most of these men lack the empathy and the drive to even protect anyways in the first place. And that's kind of all I wanted to say.
All right. I got you, Free Spirit. Appreciate you, sis. Yeah, you guys, I mean, like I said, I agree with her as well. Like, I don't know what we can do, you know what I'm saying, to combat this type of thing, like as women, because I feel like, and I mean like not as far as us or whatever, but like helping girls that are younger. You know what I'm saying? The Manny Bands, you said, have y'all ever dated an inmate though? No judgment, just trying to gain background. No. No. Let me send your request up, Manny, because I'm confused at what like you're trying to say. Maybe cause sometimes in the chat, you can lose like what's the word, context. Cause you're typing it and you probably can't type everything you want to say.
I mean, I'm just curious because I don't have an issue with people, having this feeling because common sense would tell you to avoid danger. So I'm not disagreeing, but I'm just trying to gain the background and see has anybody actually is speaking from experience in this situation. That's all I was trying to figure out.
Respond to that. Is it okay, host, if I
Yeah, go ahead, Gabrielle.
Yeah, it's like I don't think anyone on this panel has ever dated an inmate, and it's like, why would we? Like, what would an inmate have to offer? Like, an inmate is on lockdown. they have already shown they can't thrive in society. They've proven themselves to be dangerous. They have nothing, an inmate or even someone who was previously an inmate, they have nothing to offer. And it's like you don't have to actually date an inmate or a felon to know that they're not safe males to entertain, that they have nothing to offer, that they are a liability, that they are an asset. I don't, or that they're not an asset. I don't know why someone in the comments is saying that it's wrong, because what I'm saying is objectively true. It's not even my opinion.
Yeah,
Like an
that's
inmate. I'm
why.
sorry. Can you let me finish, please? Can you just
Yes,
let me
yes, you
finish?
can.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. I was just going to say there's no reason to date an inmate. Like they're like men in general, like even men who don't have criminal records are risky. So it's like, why would you up the risk even further by dating an inmate? It's like, I don't understand the question. I don't understand how it's relevant. So that maybe it's just me, but that's just what I think about it.
Because before I come and just like say what I have to say, I think that you should have like context, or at least give you the opportunity so I can gain understanding. But I just want to ask to see like the experience in the room. Yes, you don't have to date an inmate to know what that's like, but at the end of the day, like my point is, it's just they are still people. Like it's just the way that it's being talked about as if it's like kind of like a object and not a person with like feelings and everything. But I'm not disagreeing with you. It's to each its own. But like you said, there are plenty of free men that are a liability already. So just trying to gain some experience, just trying to gain some more exposure to the situation before I argue my point. So I just wanted to give the opportunity for that.
Yeah, but
Okay,
that's the thing. Like,
I'll just say if you think that there are men outside that are like walking in their regular life that are liabilities and stuff like that, which is true, why wouldn't you think that engaging with a man that has been in prison, that's a felon, wouldn't be even a bigger liability? Seeing as though when you get knocked with a felony, there are a lot of things that you can't do anymore. And also when you go to jail, depending on, or prison, depending on how long you have been in there, whether that man tells you or not, he was probably either getting his bussy played in or playing in somebody else's. And that is a fact, an absolute fact. So my thing is, why would you even want to take the time and the opportunity to entertain somebody like that when you could have your choice of law abiding citizens, men that have not done that? I don't understand that. Like, what is the desire to want to protect or humanize criminals? Like, I don't understand that. Especially like I just said earlier, that a man that has been incarcerated is at a 10 times higher risk of going oops upside your head. So it's just like, why would you add that extra layer to it? That's a question that I have. Like, there's like literally no reason. And then when things like this happen, like that happened to this girl that I was just saying, let me find out her name, who's the dude, the perpetrators in the picture, Shimei Pitt, okay, who just got pewed up by her ex-boyfriend that is clearly a felonious Negro. It's like, you could have avoided possibly this situation had you not chose a man that looks like he belongs on the front of a wanted poster. But let me see here. Micah, you unmuted yourself. You have something to say, Micah?
Yes, sorry. I actually teach in a prison, and many of my students
Are you black?
who are inmates,
Are you
obviously.
Micah,
Yes.
you black?
Am I?
Yes, are you black?
I'm like multiracial, not
Oh,
black.
okay. All right. Goodbye.
But what do you
Have a great
mean?
day.
How does that even matter?
Bye-bye. No multiracials. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Don't want to hear your perspective.
Hi, may
can
I
I say?
actually?
Oh,
Sorry.
Yeah, who was
Because
that?
that was, I'm sorry. I don't mean to speak out of turn. That was Leilani just said, then I give an analogy.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have you do it and then I'll go to Free Spirit because I think she has something to say too.
Okay, I just wanted to say real quick, like when people always think it's like your experience, or when you talk about certain subjects, like just people in general, I don't need to travel the entire world to understand that global racism exists. You can see from exclusion, you can see by the colorism within their communities, you can see who they promote and who they do not. It's just certain things that you can pick up on. And the analogy that I want to give, because she said, oh, these people, they have feelings, they're humans too. It doesn't matter. Let's think about a racist, right? Let's say you have a brain surgeon who is the best brain surgeon in the world, but he is a known racist. And whenever he has maybe people of color that come in, they have a higher rate of maybe not making it when he does surgery on them because he's a known racist. So it's like, do you humanize everybody? Like when you know certain things about people, it does not matter if they are human or not, if they have poor character, and you have to go based on their history, and that's it. Like, stop trying to humanize people when they already showed you they should not be in regular society with regular people based on their behavior. But that's all I had to say.
All right, I got you. I got you. Let me go up here to Free Spirit, and then I'll go back up here to the Manny. If she had any type of rebut to any of that stuff. Let me go to Free Spirit first. Go ahead, Free Spirit.
So I wanted to point out when you said earlier about how we're gonna go like attempt to fix this problem, with like I think you referenced younger women dating felons and stuff like that. I'm not sure, but I think the more we start teaching our younger women, like younger girls, like how to validate themselves outside of male validation, and not to like lower themselves and compete with other women for like the attention of men, things like that, then we'll see like a decrease in women, like in us like making and people who do like date felons and stuff like that, the women who do, because like I see like a bunch of women like sometimes like remember that one guy who was like a felon. He was really attractive, and he got out of prison, and he went on to like be a model or something and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just like we see women like offering to pay men's bail and stuff like that, depending on how attractive the guy is and stuff like that. It's like that's I wouldn't say that's all rooted in insecurity, but it's just like that's just rooted in like ignorance, because here you are, like, it's like imagine if this guy wasn't even in jail. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if he wasn't even a felon. Imagine if he was just a man you saw on the street and he did something controversial, and then you're offering to do this and that for him just because he's an attractive man, like I just think that's kind of pathetic to do. So it's like the more we teach women like their value outside of like the male gaze and like outside of like male attention, and the more when we start encouraging women to be more empathetic towards another and not see each other as competition, then I feel like that will do a lot better.
All right. I got you, Free Spirit. Let me go up here to the Manny bands. See if she has any like rebuttal. If you have anything to say, if you want to say something, argue your point, sis, you can go ahead.
I don't have anything to rebuttal or like I don't disagree with anything that is being said at all. I completely understand why everyone is like red flag, but I'm just saying like the way of I understand what you mean by you don't humanize everything good or bad, but I'm just saying like they're not objects. I'm not saying it takes away from what happened, what they did, or anything like that, but they are still people, whether we agree or not. But I'm not disagreeing with the statement because, yes, it is very much more of a risk because there's a lot of more things that they that they can't do in this lifetime. So I completely understand. But it's just, I don't think that inmate equals insecurity or low self-esteem. That's all. But yeah, that's it. Thank you.
All right, I got you, sis. No problem. Kalandra, you had something to say?
I agree with the prompt. I don't think you should date felons. I don't think you should date hood guys. As somebody that did, yeah, he tried to end my life. So no, I don't. I don't think you should date guys like that. I was dating a guy like that at one point in my life. My child's father. I used to be attracted to guys like that. You know what I'm saying? For me, I thought that was kind of fun having a guy call your phone several times and kind of like. But then when he almost took my life, I was like, hold on, wait now. This ain't what I thought it was. And then like having to call the police and like being in a DV situation. I definitely agree that like my child father tried to like he put his hands around my neck and tried to like unalive me by choking me. So I definitely agree with the prompt. I don't think you should date hood guys. I don't think you should date felons. Don't date men fresh out of jail. Don't date guys like that because a lot of those guys have serious emotional problems and they be crazy and they not right in the head. And I don't think, like I said, guys like that, you can't heal them, you can't fix them. A lot of those guys are traumatized from that. My child father, yeah, he was one of those hood guys, and he tried to, like I said, he tried to unalive me. So I definitely agree with the prompt, 1,000%. Don't date guys like that. If he say he even went to jail for a traffic violation, go to the right because I'm telling those guys have serious problems, and they would be the reason why you 6 feet under. Like my child father tried to choke me to unalive me, and I was screaming for my mom, who's not even here no more. I was scared for my life, like. He went crazy, like his eyes turned red, and he went crazy. Like we find and that's why I say do not date guys like that.
Right, all right. I got you. I got you, Calandra. And I'm so sorry that happened to you. And I appreciate you for sharing too. And I'm so glad that you were able to get out of that situation. For sure, sis. Let me go down here to Gabrielle. Gabrielle has something to say.
Yeah, thank you. I did just want to respond to what Manny was saying because it's like, yeah, they are people, but that doesn't really negate the point, and that doesn't mean that we should date them. And like Kalandra was just pointing out, a lot of them have violent tendencies, and so the Manny was saying that they're not objects, but it's like a lot of them don't have any issues with being violent towards women. A lot of them don't have any issues with calling women the B word or, attempting to I don't know if I can say it rhymes with tangle and it has an S in front of it and then entangle is the rest of the word because I don't know if I can actually say the word, but it's like these very males that you're saying are human and are not objects. They don't look at women as human. They don't, and they do treat women as objects. So it's like I just don't think that they deserve the defense. It's like Leilani just said in the comments, they don't even see you as human. Like they really do not see women as human. A lot of them are human traffickers who abuse women or force women to carry pharmaceuticals for them. So it's like that is the character of the males that you're defending. I really don't think that they deserve your defense and the grace that you're giving to them. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be reciprocated. So it's like they are where they are because they are violent and they racked up felonies. So it's like I don't. But yeah, like Leilani said, they do look at us as inferior, and they do not respect women fundamentally. Like so, I don't understand defending them. I don't understand coming in alive and saying that they're people, they're not objects. It's like they might as well be because they are a danger to women. And the man in this photo literally pew pewed a woman like almost a dozen times. So they don't deserve any grace or any defense. So that I just had to get that out.
I'll say this, you guys. I honestly believe that like if anybody like my teenage daughter, she likes to look at Love After Lockup and laugh at the ladies on there. And I always tell her, she always wants me to watch it with her, and I tell her I can't do it because the ladies on there are so stupid. I just can't. It just annoys me. Like it gives me so much like anxiety and stress to just see how stupid they are. And like you could just see that they're about to get played. And basically all of them end up getting played and dogged out. And it's just like y'all didn't realize that when y'all was talking to these men. And honestly, I started really believing that women that like actually go after like inmates, prisoners, felons, like I think they should be classified as like a mental disorder. That's what I think because it goes against all reason. It goes against all sanity. It goes against everything that makes sense for you to, it's even self-preservation. It goes against everything for you to be legitimately attracted to a man that was in prison amongst a lot of other men that was probably either doing the bending or getting bent. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like there's really nothing that you can do to probably save those type of women that have that type of thought process. I think you just have to let them, get okie doked, and then maybe that'll help. I literally watched a video. I don't know if anybody saw this viral video of this black woman. She said she got a man now, but she said that she made friends with a man in prison and he makes candy and he made her some of his prison candy. Now this man did made her some cookies, some toffee, like some little taffy candy, and some lollipops. Now you don't know how that man made none of this stuff. They be over there making stuff on the top of the toilet with the toilet water and everything else. This lady ate all of the stuff, took a bite, chewed up all of the stuff, said, "Oh yeah, I think I like this flavor of the lollipops." And I'm like, what? What would make you? Cause you like, oh, I just want to support his business cause he a black man. Are you dumb? Like, honestly, I feel like the fact that you ate some cookies that was wrapped up in some toilet paper, and this is like, that's why I really feel like women that are on this type of time, I believe they can't be saved because honestly, there's something mentally wrong. Now, they may not be aware that they're crazy. Just like, when you see the homeless bums that be on the street and they be out there like talking to themselves like, hey, give me some cornbread and candy yams. Give me some ham hocks and greens. And then they just be right there in front of the McDonald's and you like, what? Who are you talking to? Like, people like, hey, no, you, stop talking to me. And you be like, oh my gosh, those people are like, they're really crazy. I'm scared.
Speaking
I mean,
of
that's how
benefit,
I'm just saying, that's how I feel about women that really want to date felons. Like, I just feel like they're just as crazy. Like, except they're not doing that. They're not out front of like the McDonald's or the Popeyes yelling and screaming. So you don't think they're that crazy, but they are that crazy. Because why would you do it? If you know that men in general are risky, right? Men in general commit the most crime. Men in general commit the most unalivings all across the globe. Wherever you go, when something bad is happening, 95% of the time it's a man doing it. So you know that dealing with a man in general is risky. So you want to add another layer of risk factor on messing with a man that was already locked up for doing something he ain't got no business doing? Oh, okay. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not mentally there and I can't help you. You're just like the people yelling outside of the McDonald's. Talking about, something scratching. Where them cornbread? Huh? You see that? You see that over there? You see that cat? That cat is glistening. It's pink, ain't it? You see that pink cat? Like, it's just like that. Honestly and truly, like, for real. But I think Gabrielle has something to say. Go ahead, Gabrielle.
Yeah, I just wanted to respond to the comments again. I think Mandy tagged me and she said people date people before they get locked up. Should they leave? And my answer to that is yes, because in order for someone to get locked up, that means that they committed a crime. And when it comes to males, 9 times out of 10, that male committed a violent crime. So I am really not understanding this need to defend violent, felonious males who are already misogynistic and who already don't respect women. Like, in order for a man to get a felony, he would have had to commit, a pretty serious, crime of sorts. Like, it's not like he just, was just like out doing his thing. So, like, I don't understand. So, yeah, if there are so many women who have, quote unquote, held their boyfriends down, and then those boyfriends got out and unalived them. There was a story of a woman who, I guess her son was locked up for a bit. I think she put money on his books and was supporting him. And then he got out, and I believe that he raped her and unalived her. So I'm not understanding what it is about, like, why is this prompt, Manny, I'm not understanding why the prompt is bothering you so much, respectfully. I don't understand the need to, play devil's advocate for these males. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, it just really is just like bothering me a bit because it's like, what is the need to defend? Like, could you just please respectfully tell me like what it is that like why do they need to be defended here? That's just what I'm wondering.
I feel like the only way you should stick by a man that got arrested and is in jail is if you know for a fact with absolute certainty that he is innocent. Like you had a normal man, he was going to work every day, and he was framed by some white tea supremacist crooked cops. And you know it 100% factual. That's what it is. And that is not going to happen in 99% of cases. But other than that, yeah, I'm gone. Because you shouldn't be doing that. But I wouldn't even be in that position. But I'm just saying, like, no. No, no. Mm-mm. Yeah, yeah. And just like Miss Chrissy Baby said, if he did something to protect your child, yeah, I can get with that too. Like if somebody touched a kid or something, he went over there and got active or yeah, I can agree with that too. But once again, those issues are not even gonna happen. Like that ain't even gonna be the reason. Like 99% of the time, that's definitely not gonna be the reason. It's gonna be for some BS. You know what I'm saying? Somebody unmute themselves. Was that you, Leilani? You had something to say?
Yeah, I was just about to say too, especially if you older, committing a crime is a thoughtful act 9 times out of 10. So that means when you did this act, whether or not you have a family, whether or not you have a mother that's counting on you, whether or not you have kids, you didn't consider nobody. You didn't consider nobody around, how people was gonna look at you, how it can mess up your family, how it can mess up your relationship, your reputation, their reputation. You didn't think about nobody but yourself. You just wanted to commit a crime to try to get ahead or whatever feeling you wanted to get at the time. So it's like once you make a cognitive decision, not a mistake, a decision, it's like, why should anybody else consider you? You need to go deal with what you need to deal with in jail. And hopefully, if you get out, you can make better decisions after. But should nobody have to hold you down? There's no grown adult, able-bodied adult making poor decisions. You have to live with your decisions, and that's it.
All right, I got you, Leilani. You had something to say, Kalandra?
Yes, speaking of men, women, I was saying the same thing about India. She dates rapper Little. She's married to him, and I was saying she should get a divorce on Twitter, and people was kind of arguing me and stuff. But when you look at the charges that he has, I don't think she should stay with him. Like he got M for hire charges, CM charges. Like I don't think I would stay with somebody like that. But speaking of love after lockup, did you ever hear about Rob and Teeny? I feel like Teeny had real problems because there's no way I'm letting a felon put cameras in my house with my 2 underage children. Like they're still together and they married, but the fact that she let that man put cameras in her house and he would ask her questions like, "Where were y'all at during this time?" and "Where were y'all at this then?" Ain't no way I'm letting a man put cameras in no house with my child. Like she was wild and crazy. That Love at the Lockup show was wild.
Yes, my daughter showed me that, man. She showed me that girl, that let that inmate influence her to put cameras in her house. I was so mad, I couldn't even just keep watching. I was like, that's just so stupid. Why would you do that? Appreciate you for coming up, Manny Bands. You know, it takes a lot of courage to come up here and say your opinion and say your thoughts when you know that most ladies that are up here don't agree with you. I appreciate you. Hopefully we didn't scare you off and you come back again, or we're doing another topic that is not related to this, you know. Appreciate you for coming up. I didn't drop her. She just left. So I just want y'all to know that. But yeah, like I said, I don't know. I just really want more young Black women to realize that they deserve the world and they deserve the best that life has to offer. Not some, washed, mentally disturbed and mentally broken man that has been in jail. Like, you deserve better than that. Honestly and truthfully, you do. And yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really do. I think I would like, because it's just like when on Love and Hip Hop, I saw a clip of Love and Hip Hop, and I'm sure a lot of people know the clip I'm talking about, where Yandy and Mendices were talking about Yandy holding him down, and she said, "Well, would you have did that if it was me?" And he told her, "No, he wouldn't." I really want women to know that if it was you, if you were locked up, if you were in prison, if you were in jail, if you were a felon, you couldn't do this and the third, that man would not stand by you. He would not. While you were locked up, he would be right up in somebody else. That is a fact. So it's just like, come on, man. Like, I really just wish that black women would not give men a grace that will never be extended to them. But go ahead, Gabrielle.
Yeah, so the lady who was just up here, she just said in the comments that the guy she's dating is an inmate, and I think that is why she was saying a lot of what she was saying. It just really did bother me to the core because she kept saying she didn't disagree with what anyone up here was saying, but then it's like she was covertly running defense. So it's like that really does track, but like I really do still agree with the prompt. I don't even think the prompt should be controversial. Like, why is it even a controversial thing to say that dating a man who's been in prison or who's a felon or whatever? Why is it even controversial to say that it's not worth doing, that they don't have anything to offer, that they're not safe individuals, that they have records of violence and misogyny and mistreating women? And so it's like, I don't get it. I mean, and then she just said in the comment, she tagged me and she said that the guy she's seeing was falsely convicted. And it's like they all say that. They're like they were all falsely convicted. They all didn't do it. They all, whatever the case may be, like they always say that. Like rarely are they ever gonna admit, yeah, I was violent and yeah, I did mistreat or abuse or unalive the girl I was seeing. So it's just like they all say that. But I do think the fact that she admitted that she was dating an inmate is really helpful because it really does, give more insight into what she was saying. And just something about the way that she was speaking, it just really did bother me, her talking points. But this definitely, now that she's admitted that, it definitely makes sense to me.
All right. I got you, Gabrielle. I think like Lonnie has something to say.
Yeah, so I was watching this video on YouTube actually like 3 days ago. And basically, it was this girl that was reacting to this guy who went to one of the most dangerous prisons. He was a YouTuber too, and they allowed him to go to the prison. And so they had different units. They had the murder unit at this prison. They had a stabbing unit. They had a unit, for good behavior, whatever. When he was interviewing one of the people in the stabbing unit, this man said, he was like, yeah, they say that we one of the worst units, but he was like, all I did was stab somebody. That's all I did.
Try not to say that. Try to
Oh,
say poke or something.
what should I say?
Poke, maybe poke.
Poke, yeah. So he was like, all I did was poke somebody. All I did was poke somebody. And it's like, do y'all realize a lot of people in there that's what they all it was a poking? Do y'all realize the mentality of these people that commit these crimes? Like he said, all I did was poke somebody. And then he showed off his poke wounds like it was nothing, like it was just a regular day. It was like, yeah, see, I already got, but he didn't even get me good. It's like, why would you want to deal with somebody with that's all I had to say, girl. Child.
All right, I got you. I mean, I feel like if people look at the rates of, you know, men getting it on with other men in there, I feel like that should be enough right there to discourage you from fooling around with them. But maybe that's not enough for some people. I don't know. Like I feel like when you keep saying that like felons are still people, like where do you draw the line at? Is a man that's in jail, he's a felon for touching kids, is he still a person? Is a man that's in there for like aggravated assault, he's beat the brakes off of somebody in process of a robbery, is he still a person? Is a person that has sold illegal substances to the people in their community and ruined many lives, is that still a person? Like I don't know what standards are that we're giving to say who's the person in and who isn't. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But let me go over here to Chalotem. You have something to say?
Yeah, sure. Thanks so much. So like I said, when the live stream first started, I think this low-key comes down to women just not having survival skills. And I hate to say it that way because I don't want to talk down on somebody, but I just I just don't get the concept of knowing somebody is in the, I guess, criminal system, and still giving them some kind of grace. And one thing I'll say is, in my very short life, because I'm only 26, but in my short life, I have had a chance to talk with certain men and just see how they think. And one thing I have noticed about men is that they will tell you anything just so that you can stick with them. And I'll give you an example. This person wasn't a felon or anything, but he is a veteran, and he's divorced. He has 3 children. Two of those children are twins, and they were like, I think, under 2 years old as at the time I knew him. And he would tell me, oh, he divorced his wife because she wasn't helping out in the house. She wasn't doing this. She wasn't doing that. And I just used to look at him because I'm Nigerian, right? I know if somebody is trying to tell me lies or trying to like talk down on another person around me. And I clocked it really fast. It didn't take me long to find out why that woman left him. And that's just this is not I can't compare this to men going to prison, but I could see it in the way he behaved. So it's one thing for you to listen to them and like they tell you what you want to hear, but their actions, if you're sensible, their actions will always show you something different. He would never clean up. um he wake up in the morning sometimes and not shower. It's just like all these tiny habits, and I'm like, I see why your ex-wife left you. So when it comes to men, them telling you, oh yeah, I was wrongfully convicted, I don't believe any. Supervillain, she's not here, but she used to say this thing like, if a man tells you good morning, go outside and look to make sure it's morning. That's the philosophy I live my life by. I don't believe a word they say, especially not the words of somebody who's behind bars. So yeah, thank you.
All right, all right. I got you. Chillo Tam. Like I said, you guys, the only thing I want women to, and this is really, like I said, even beyond, like prison or being a felon. I also want women to be able to recognize the looks of a man that is, like I said, the only thing he's going to invite into your life is a stolen debit card and chlamydia. Okay. A man like this, you know what I'm saying? A man with a pew pew tattooed on the front of his face. Honestly and truly, like I said, I'm not being anti-black. I want to make sure that everybody knows that. And this does not apply to black women and their hair. It only applies to black men. However, certain hairstyles attract certain mental states. The same way that the way black women wear their hair, their makeup, certain aesthetics attract certain types of women. That's why you get some women that's into the baddie aesthetic and they really are, diva'd out. Then you have some girls that go for the little clean girl aesthetic and they're, more laid back or more neutral, et cetera, et cetera. If you see a man with his hair like this and a pew pew on his face, I promise you don't want no parts of that man. Leave that man alone. Leave that man where you left him. Truthfully speaking, leave him alone. Somebody asked, the girls' room, you said that's an interesting take. I mean, I just feel like it's obvious. Like, have you seen, and this is going, people are going to say it's anti-black, but I really don't care. Like, have you ever seen a man that wears wigs that's law-abiding? I would say 99% of the men that that wear wigs ain't right. Honestly and truly. And I'm talking about them real big, crazy wigs. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. How many of those dudes are doing right? Right? Okay.
She
Why do they
1000% right. They hang out at the gas station and be trying to sell that stuff. And like I said in the comments, any man who hair is unkempt, meaning that he got dreads and they look like they supposed to be connected and they ain't been combed and they look like they're a little dirty, run the other way. Run the other way because he's gonna take you to a very hot place. They hang out at the gas station by my house. Trigger, I know exactly what you're talking about. Them dreads. I was looking at this one man. He had like 3 of them that was connected, and I was like, "Oh no, sir!" Like I said, his hair unkept. You better run the other way, ladies. He let you know what type of person he is.
And that's all I'm trying to say. And this does not reflect on black women that choose to wear locks or sister locks or anything like that. This isn't for black women. I don't want people to think I'm talking about them because I'm not. And somebody in the comments asked who the man is in this picture. The man in this picture met with his ex-girlfriend and pew-pewed her 10 times and drove her around to where she almost was going to pass away, and then like ditched her body in front of a hospital, and she managed to survive. So, yeah. And once again, like I said, I'm not being anti-black. This is not to shame black hair or anything of that nature. This is to talk about the signs that can let you know that a man is finna take you up and through there. So, like I said, you think about that, any man, when you see the guys with like the short locks and like they all over their head and they like standing up, like, and I know y'all, I could just show y'all some pictures, but it is really certain type of aesthetics. Even if you see the guys with the cruddy cuts, like, and they got it like, never mind. Like, I got some pictures where I can give y'all like a comprehensive look. There are even men, like if you see men with like brush waves and a certain type of way that they wear their beard, like it's just a whole bunch of different things that make you can tell when a man is really on some BS. Definitely the shiesties. If you see any black man with the shiesties on, you already know what time of day it is. I feel like if a man has any face tattoos, you shouldn't talk to him. That's how I feel. I feel like if he has, this isn't that if he has any tattoos, but any face tattoos, I think that you should leave him alone. I really do. I think you should leave him alone. Okay? Y'all want to see a couple of my pictures? Okay, I'm gonna get like a couple pictures, y'all. I'm gonna be right back. I'll let you ladies talk if y'all want to. I'll be right back though.
Yeah, I'm just shocked, and I hope other ladies on the panel will weigh in. But I'm just shocked that this prompt was so controversial, and that there were people in the comments just acting like they disagreed with the prompt. Like it just seems like common sense to me. But yeah, like, what do you guys think?
No, girl, I'm not shocked at all because no. The internet is a cesspool for every single mindset. So it doesn't matter how outlandish you think. It doesn't matter if you come up with a new theory, a new math equation, somebody is going to agree with it and somebody's going to support you. So I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised either because, like I said, when the stream first started, there was a time on Twitter. I can't remember if that was last year or this year. This lady just casually tweeted, and this is a stranger. I don't know her from anywhere, but she casually just said, "Oh, I'm never getting with a felon," and she was dragged for days. And it's just like I couldn't couldn't believe my eyes, like the number of people. And this was like she was being dragged by men and women. So it's very, very jarring. I don't even see a world in which I would even look at a felon, let alone talk to him.
Why were
No.
they dragging her though?
On
Like,
the
what
internet,
was?
though, they just
They
say
said
things.
they said she was classist.
They just say stuff.
They said she was classist. They said she was anti-black. They called her everything but a child of God. I mean, she did
But
have
you know what's
people.
crazy? They say all that stuff, but those same BLK men, you know what they do? As soon as they get a better job or as soon as they get rich, they brag about getting away from those same said men because they don't want to be around them because they know they know they're dangerous. That's why I don't listen to them when they talk because it's a cognitive dissonance like no other. They will
Yes.
literally brag about, oh yeah, I'm out the hood. I'm da da da. I thought you was defending them. I thought that they were human. I thought that those was your brothers. I thought, but they don't want to be around them because they already know how they are. They know that they're violent. They know that they don't go to work. They already know. So that the internet, people just want to say what sound good and what's palatable, but the truth is nobody wants to be around them, not even their own kind, because they know how they are, and that's the truth.
Yeah, no, I agree. And they were just dragging Mike Epps for that. Like he was just being dragged for that, like I think 2 days ago or yesterday. And it's just it's really disgusting. It really is disgusting.
Yeah, and Chilla Tim, didn't you say that Mike Epps? You said he had to come out with some kind of apology, like because of what he
Yeah,
said.
he made a whole, I'm gonna send that to you after the live. He made a whole apology video saying, "Oh, no, I didn't mean to demean people. It's good to celebrate people." I was just like, why are you apologizing for common sense? Like, bro, I can't. I really can't.
That's why I just try not to engage with them because, especially if you are black, especially if you're a black woman, I just really try not to engage with them because they're gonna demonize everything that you say. But then, like I said, their behavior will show it. Why do you carry a G-Win everywhere that you go if when you stand in the hood? Because you feel like you're gonna be attacked at any moment. But these are the people that
Mm.
you want. It doesn't make any sense. Like their behavior and what they say makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Yeah, and that's why I was so bothered by the lady who came up here who later said she was dating an inmate. Like, I didn't know that before she put in the comments. It's like she just kept defending these males, even when I'm saying that the very males that you're defending have committed violent crimes against women. They call women B words and H's and use women to traffic pharmaceuticals. I mean, I think they call them like rug mules. I think that's the word that males use from. I'm saying, like, why are you defending males who are like that? And even now, she's in the comments saying, "What about women who are inmates?" We're not talking about women who are inmates because the prompt is that do not date males who are felons or inmates. So it's like I can't get over that. It's blowing my
What about
mind.
them though? I hate when people are so male sensitive. They always want to compare men to women. At no rate, in no world will our crime ever be what theirs are. It doesn't matter. That's why whenever there is like a serial pew pew or something that's a woman, it goes super duper viral because it's like, what, a woman did this? I can't believe it. But with
That
men,
girl, and then for that girl, let me tell you something. That girl who just made that comment talking about somebody, that college boy, let me tell you something. Like I just told you, dating a man, that's risky regardless, whether he a felon or not. But dating a person that has been to jail, chained up like an animal, let me tell y'all something. Jail is not a normal place. That stuff messes with them people's minds. And as somebody who know people that have been in jail and saw how they were different before they came out and afterwards, that is dangerous. But like I said, if you choose to live your life like that, who am I to tell you that? But like I said, jail does something to people's mind. And at the end of the day, what a lot of y'all women in these comments think, you think that you can fix a man, baby. You're not a therapist. You're not God. You cannot fix people. Your love is not going to help him. But like I said, you take that chance. But if you end up unalive, I'm a pray for your family. But like I said, you're taking a chance because jail do something for a person. But like I said, if y'all want to date felons, take charges for men, like I said, y'all won't be the first generation to do it, and you won't be the last because, like I said, women are just male centered. But arguing these comments, trying to justify yourself dating a criminal, that is risky business. You cannot save that man. And for that girl who brought up that college incident, like I said, men are dangerous. I never said that. But as somebody who used to thought stuff like that was cool, it took a man almost unaliving me for me to realize that is not a game.
Let me say this, you guys.
talk
As
to.
go
Sorry.
ahead. Okay. You can say something if you want, Leilani.
I'm sorry. I just said the gag is she probably not even the only one that he talking to while he in jail. But that's all I said. Being messy.
All right, I got you. And I just wanted to say that when like what Leilani was saying earlier about like comparing like women to men, there's really no comparison. The majority of women are, first of all, they're not going to prison for violent crimes. And the majority of women, if you didn't know, studies show that when women are in prison, most of the time it's behind a man, something having to do with the man. And also black women's incarceration rates here in the United States are extremely low. They're even lower than white T women's. So it's not the same and it never will be the same. And it just won't be. So you can never compare the two. You can't compare the criminality of a woman versus the criminality of a man because a man is going to be a bajillion times worse. So it's like I really need y'all to understand it. And right now I'm about to give you the percentage of women that are in jail for violent offenses. That way I can give you like some facts as opposed to like percentage of women, just a second, that are in jail for violent offenses. And I really should have said black women, but it's cool. All right, so let me say this. Do you want to know the percentage of women that are in jail for violent offenses? 4 to 6%. 4 to 6%. So 94% of the time, to 94 to 96% of the time, when a woman is in prison, it's not for anything violent. So 94 to 96% of the women there didn't do anything violent. Okay? And most of the time they're there for something that has to do with a man. So these are facts. Because I like to give y'all facts so that we don't have like a quote unquote emotional conversation. So once again, you cannot compare it to women. You never can. And every time I talk about felons, it's surprising that a woman said it this time, but most of the time when I have this conversation, it's men that say, what about the women? What about the women's that are the felons? What about the women's? Should we not date them? Don't date them. But this page isn't for men. So it's for women. So why would I be telling men who and what not to date? I don't care about what men do. I don't care if somebody, pops their head like a grape. I could care less. I care about black women and black girls. So, yeah. So I just wanted y'all to know that, like, women really don't be doing that much. That's that serious. I'm just being real with you. Like, they don't. And as much as men want to lie to you and triangulate you and tell you that men and women are the same and men and women are equal and we're doing the same things they're doing, it's not true. And anytime you take the time to actually research and look these things up, you will find out how different we are. How different men and women really are. The way we think, the way we move, the things that we do, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I just want to say that. I think Jen Ro had something to say. Go ahead, Jen. And hey, how you doing, sis?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Hi. So I'm just going to go by what you said first right now. I 1000% agree with the violent crime. You said about 4% are only in there because of a violent crime.
Yeah, 4 to 6%. 4 to 6%.
4 to 6%. And even that small amount is because of a man. You can't forget that, because if you think about it, if you think about the women who are in there because of violent crime, it's because a man has convinced them to jump on a girl or someone else, or convince them to rob someone or nobody else. It's always right next to them. Even that's what I want to say first and foremost. And then in regards to the hair and everything, first off, that is disgusting. All of these pictures look unbelievably disgusting. Like, don't come near me. You have a whole rat's nest on your scalp. And I also wanted to say about, with, even in your last live, it was almost scary to me how almost every single time a black man showed up on your live saying, oh, so you're telling black women not to date black men, when not once have you said that. You clearly said felonious men, and it makes me think that, so the shoe fits, so you admit that it's a problem in the black community, correct? That's what they always equate it to, as if you're not talking about men in general. I just wanted to state my comment right there. I'll land right there.
All right. I got you, sis. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, when I have these topics, it's mostly men coming in, but today, it was a couple women, which I find to be a little disturbing. You know what I'm saying? Somebody has something to say? I can't see. Was somebody trying to say something? You guys in a box or?
No, I see my name in the chat. I was wondering.
Oh, okay. Was that you, Calandra? You had something to say, Calandra?
Shalom was telling us about this video where she saw where the girl was making some comments and they called her classism and they said she was like being hateful to the black community. And I was just saying that I don't think that I think it speaks on like how people negatively view them. I feel like if you don't think highly of your community and stuff, I think that's why people said that about the girl video. Um Yeah, I was
It
responding to
was a
what she
tweet.
said. Oh, it was a tweet.
Yeah.
I thought that was like very kind of shocking to say, but yeah, I was saying like it just speaks on how they like view their community.
Who y'all talking about?
So I was when you left to get the pictures, I was telling the ladies about this lady who made a tweet saying that she wouldn't date a felon and she was dragged for days on Twitter, and people started saying she was classist, she was anti-black, and it was just, of course, like there were women who defended her, but that was, I think that was my first experience of, people dogging someone out for saying she doesn't want to date a felon. So that's what we're talking about when you left.
Sorry, I had to mute myself. Oh, okay, I got you. I mean, I see it all the time. I feel like anytime I've ever made a live where I've said something about women, black women specifically, doing something that makes them be more selective, it's always people that come out of the woodwork to talk about why that shouldn't be done, why black women shouldn't do that. It even happens when I have conversations about like SMEX and stuff like that. It's always women that say, "Oh, what do you mean you guys are going to be selective in who you give your vaginas to? Hey, you need to give that stuff out to anybody. Pass that out like you're passing out a flyer to the club." And it'd be like, okay. It is anytime I say anything about black women trying to have some type of standards. And it's really crazy because the world spends their time telling black women that they need to do better. They need to choose better. They need to make better decisions. They need to leave these Pookies and Ray Rays alone. But then as soon as a black woman says, hey, you know what? You guys should actually do that. Then all of a sudden people want to say, why are you talking like that? Why are you trying to tell the women not to do that? And it's like, what? Like, and what's even sadder is that black women will participate in it too. But that's why I said it was just like, it was a lady that came in. I don't know if y'all saw her comment in the comments. She said, like, you can't help women, black women that want to date felons. Like, they're too far mentally gone. Now, that lady can't wait after I said all of those, I was just throwing jokes around, but I said all of that stuff about people being crazy in front of the Popeyes chicken and stuff. And that's the same way that's the same mental state that women are to date felons, like they're truly mentally deranged. That woman right there said the same thing. And I really want people to know that if you're a sane person, that's how you look at women that date men that come out. I remember when I was married to my first husband, right? And he introduced me to, man, this is probably gonna make me sound like I'm just so bougie, and I'm really not. I feel like I'm a mixture. I'm bougetto, all right? But anywho, my first husband introduced me to this couple, and she was telling me about how this guy had been her boyfriend for like 9 years or something like that. But her husband was in jail and had been in prison for 12 years. And she said that she was trying to figure out how she was going to get rid of her boyfriend that she had had for 9 years because her husband that had been in prison for 12 years was coming out. So I'm looking at her like flabbergasted, okay? Because I'm like, what type of life is this? Because I don't know. I don't have any experience with any of this. But so she was telling me all this stuff or whatever, just extremely hood, extremely hood. Yeah. I give you a picture. Never mind, because anything I say is gonna sound like I'm being bougie or looking down on this woman. So I'm not even going to give y'all the description. Just realize that whatever you're thinking she looked like, that's exactly what she looked like. And I'll just leave it there. So anyway, my first husband introduced me to them. I ended up coming around him a few more times, even after she ended up getting rid of the boyfriend and bringing her husband in that had been incarcerated, mind you, for 12 years. She starts telling me about how she's scared of him because he's so quick to rage now. She wanted to cook him something to eat and there wasn't anything wrong. He started yelling and screaming and freaking out. He had some type of nightmare and she woke up and he was choking her. And then when she started screaming, he was like, my bad. He was having a nightmare and all of this other stuff. And I really do think that, we make fun and games about people that date felons and stuff like that. But honestly, these men are just like, I think it was Clondra that said, these men are deeply traumatized about the things that go on behind prison bars. Truthfully. And I know black men personally that have went to prison and have come out a different individual that you can tell that their mind is gone. They're not there. Or I've also seen men go in that trust me on this. They were straight men, but they came out on some fruit because of all of the penis that they were forced to take in prison. You know what I'm saying? So I really wish that women would stop making it like it's a game. Like really, there are problems and you really shouldn't do this. And as I said earlier, if you look it up on your phone, a man that has been to prison is 10 times more likely to go upside your head. So if you know that men are already likely to go upside your head, why would you want to increase your risk even further for getting knocked between the washer and dryer? Why would you do this? And once again, another thing I just want to say is women have got to be more discerning with their pussies. You got to be more discerning. You can't just see a man and say, hey, you know what? Hey, sir, do you have a penis? Yes, I do, ma'am. All right, come on then. Come back to my house. Like that there's got to be some type of vetting process involved. Because there's no way that you can look at this man on this picture and say, you know what? I think he's deserving of my body. Like, really? This is the man you think that if you could have found a better looking man at the Salvation Army, you could have found a better man at the homeless shelter. You could have found a better man at your local McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, Steak and Shake. You know what I'm saying? Well, Olive Garden, Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's. What are we talking about? You could have found a better man anywhere. At the gas station, at the 7-Eleven. Anywhere you could have. I mean, come on now. Really and truly, what are we doing? And I'm not trying to be funny and say that we need to shame women, but I do think that some shame needs to be involved where when things happen like this, we don't just say, oh, there, and not give them any type of accountability. Like, I feel like you should say, hey, sister, moving forward, what did you learn from this? You survived, but what are you going to do the next time you see a black man with a pew pew tattooed on his face? Are you going to go forward and give him some vagina? Or are you going to tell him get away from you or you're going to call the popo? Please choose option B. Because what are you doing? Anyway, like, I don't know. And it's just like everything. And this is what, when everybody got mad at me, I think it was the live where Gabrielle was on there and, Gabrielle and, Zora got into it and we were talking about, everything being like politically correct and people feeling like they're afraid to say certain things now because everybody calls everything victim blaming and everything wants to tiptoe on everything. I really think that sometimes we've got to not be politically correct in saying things to people, and shame should be involved because I'm happy that you survived, sister, but really, what the fuck are you doing? Why would you do that? What about this man made you feel like this about to be your man? They didn't say sneaky link. They didn't say booty call. They didn't say random dude that you let hit in the back of the club. No, this was your man. Why would you make this person your man? What? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to say. Yeah. The topic was, it's on my page now. It's like, the live stream I uploaded it today, it was like what's happening to our children or something like that. That was a big old thing. People are still mad at me about that. They're still mad at me about I guess for letting Gabrielle talk, but it is what it is. Like I don't care. Never mind. Let me not be messy and talk about that right now because that would be very messy. So let me just shut up. But yeah. Like I said, you guys, if you guys have anything to say, y'all can interrupt me. Cause I'm probably rambling at this point. But I really do think it's nuts. Go ahead, Layla.
I would just
Leilani. Sorry.
the opposite of shame is pride, and especially with the internet now, that's why so many people feel comfortable coming over here, coming on the internet, disrespecting people, saying anything, telling all of their business, shaming their family. Telling all your business don't make you real. That does not. Integrity makes you real. Having a good character makes you real. Not coming on the internet telling all your business. And a lot of people get that confused. Shame does need to be brought back because the internet has made people way too comfortable with disrespect, way too comfortable with normalizing things that are not normal, doing things that are out of character and passing it on to their children, to their friends. No, enough. People need to, if stuff is weird, no, I'm about to curse. Call them word. If something is bad, say it's bad. Stop normalizing stuff and stop letting people get away with stuff shame should be a part. It's a part of human nature, and you should be shamed and kicked out the pride if you're doing something weird.
Did y'all see that video that I had mentioned before? Now, I didn't mention it in this live, but the other live, the video of the black woman that said that she met a guy off of Facebook dating. They went on 2 dates, and he told her that on the 3rd day he wanted her to come to his house. And she told him that she could come, but she was on her period, and she had just come on her period, and it was day 1. Okay, so it's nothing but ladies up here. Y'all know what day 1 of your period normally looks like, right? She said that it was heavy, and she went over there, had some drinks with that man, and let that man give her head, and said that she was clotting and everything like that. And he just ate it all up, and she was flabbergasted and went and told this story. And I feel like that is so deeply disgusting. First of all, you didn't know this man from a can of paint. And 3 dates is not long enough to know somebody, especially off of no Facebook dating. But the 3rd time you go over there and you let this man do that. And I promise you, if a man not knowing your whether you're positive, HIV positive, nothing about your medical history, nothing about what you got going on with your vagina, and he proceeds to go down on you on your period, and he don't know you from a can of paint, that man either got the package himself or something very nasty, that a disease, or he's a psychopath. Either or, all avenues, all options are truly nasty. And I'm thinking to myself, nobody is really truly saying what needs to be said in the comments. Like, sis, first of all, you're a low self-esteem having individual, and you need to get you some therapy. And also, you need to book an appointment with the clinic immediately. You need to book an appointment with the clinic, because I believe that man got a disease. And that's the reason why he don't care about nothing, because he got a disease and he's trying to give it to every woman that he can. Because ain't nowhere in the world you going to tell me a mentally sane man is out here gobbling up blood clots. First of all, on anybody, but let alone a woman that you don't even know. Ew, that's so... You know what, bro? I didn't even realize people was doing that until, and this is about to be messy too. I saw this, I was reading this article. It was about the queer community. This was probably 3 or 4 years ago. It was a whole bunch of trans men on there, and also queer women. And they were talking about how they need to normalize oral on periods, and that there's nothing wrong with it. And so they had all of these pictures of them with blood around their mouths and stuff like that. And did anybody see the article? It made waves back then. It was several years ago though. And I remember looking at that flabbergasted. It was and who was in the article? It was white women, white Hispanics, and a couple black women that look like they act like they white. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Them type of black women that look very whitewashed, they don't get along with black women because they actually think that they white. That's all that was in the article. And I was just you know what? Y'all some nasty heifers. Cause what never mind. I've already gone too far, y'all. Sorry about that. I've already gone too far, but I'm just saying what are we doing? I really do feel at some point we should bring back some type of shame instead of acting like everything's acceptable.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry because I think my phone just kind of messed up a little bit. Did you just say that this woman allowed this man to lick her when she was on her cycle?
Day one, the first day, she said it was heavy. She said it was heavy.
Wait a minute. First of all, ew. Why was she? Wait a minute. It was that AI? That had to be AI.
No, that was a real lady. It's on TikTok. You can look it up. I screen
You know
recorded
what?
it. I can even send it to you. I screen recorded it because I
I
was so
need you to
flabbergasted.
send that to me because wait a minute. Let me go on her date. First of all, why did you even go on a date with him? I never would have went and then to let him do that to you, girl. If you thinking about sleeping with him, I need to see his records, his sexual history test because girl, that might be
The
he
bug
might have
chaser,
something that's
as white
uncurable.
people are calling it, bug chaser.
Yeah, I've heard that term too.
I saw that on Reddit where it's like they intentionally get STDs and then try to spread them. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Wait, men are doing that?
Yeah, they say I heard that it used to be like in the GAY male community that they would do bug chasing where they would go have these parties where they try to catch HIV. That's what I heard.
Oh, this world is so demonic. So as a witch, I'm just gonna say this. That's basically witchcraft.
Well,
That's
she didn't already let it happen now.
right. That's witchcraft. Because yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I'm a witness, but that ain't even no smart decision to let some man that you don't know, you don't even know what kind of energy he has to try to transmute it. It doesn't make any sense. It just sounds like she just a dumb girl making dumb decisions with low self esteem.
Yeah, she blew me. She blew me. Like I really wanted to. I had typed out something to say and I just erased it. I forgot. I said something very tame, but the first thing I said I had typed was wild. And I was like, you know what? Let me not play with this lady on her page. But I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe that a woman would do something like that. And yeah, I think that she's just as sick. Cause why would you let somebody do that? Like, and you don't even know them. Like you don't even know them. Like I don't even know how you could feel comfortable. And then like I said, like day one, like you know when you like having a when it's very heavy and cause she said it was blood everywhere. So it's like like you're crazy. Like I can't, I'm sorry, I can't wrap my mind around that. Oh, was that you, Gabrielle? Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say someone in the comments mentioned love spells, and I actually do think that could have been something that he was trying to do because I've been online, I've read that I've seen like YouTube videos of like TikTok shorts of people talking about how they've actually put love spells on certain people, and just like the idea of this man, like he's literally drinking blood if it's like day one, so it definitely does sound like some kind of witchcraft to me. Like that's just mind boggling. But yeah.
It is like that's absolutely insane to like, especially like what y'all saying. Like she didn't even know him, so that's weird.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I'll tell you guys, my only hope is that some we could get through to some women that they don't have to accept the man that's been in jail. They don't have to accept the man that's been in prison. That being a black woman, there's nothing wrong with having high self-esteem and high standards for yourself. And I know the whole world likes to beat down black women and tell us that, oh, we don't deserve the best, but we do. And what's unfortunate is that there are so many black women settling for the bottom of the barrel, the low hanging fruit, and they're actually losing their lives. You know what I'm saying? They're losing their lives in process of doing that. And that's very sad. Now, in this particular instance, this girl is biracial. But nonetheless, there's plenty of stories of fully black women that have, in, monoracial black women that have done the same thing, made the same choices, and a lot of them haven't survived, which is very unfortunate. And I really do hope that we can get more spaces where we can build up each other and, instill self-esteem in the younger women, because the girl that was pew pew by this man in this picture 10 times, she was only 23. She was only 23 years old. So, hopefully we can get, some of the girls that are young, like 18 and 23, and build their self-esteem up so that they won't get into a situation like this. You know what I'm saying? Because this is just ridiculous. Like I said, this young woman got pew-pewed 10 times, and he drove her around as she was bleeding out in the car. And he called 2 people, she said, and asked them where should he drop her body. And she said all she kept doing is begging him, could she write a letter to her son before she passed away. I can't imagine how terrifying that is, to have been pew-pew by somebody that you was not only dealing with, but that was your boyfriend, and he's calling people, telling them where should he put your body at, and you don't have no way to do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's so scary, so terrifying. And he ended up just dropping her, outside the hospital. And then, they quickly rushed her into surgery. And what's even more upset is right now, do you know the only thing this man is charged with? He's charged with false imprisonment and aggravated assault. And I feel like it should be attempted murder, because what's 10 shots is you're trying to unalive me. But if you guys want to look at this story, her name is Shemay Pitt, Shamay, Shemay Pitt. And the perpetrator, the monster, is Joshua Woodruff. Wood, Ruff. Just in case y'all wanted to look it up.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up. Can I say something really quick, and then I'm gonna go?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna say something really quickly. And thank you, you Triggered, for having me up here, and I want to say hey to all the ladies as well. I want to say this is sad, but I also want to say that as black women, and no, as black little girls, when we first, are born and growing up, we are associated. And this is my preference. This don't have to be everybody's preference, but I don't date black men. And so that being said, when we grow up, we are associated with the men in our community to be this ride or die or whatever. And to not only be a ride or die, but to be associated with abuse as flirting. And how I know that is because I have so many situations, but I remember me walking home from this corner store, to make a long story short, and this guy, I guess he liked me or whatever, and his way of flirting with me was to, play with me, as he was trying to play with me like he was gonna hit me with his car, and literally like drove up, almost tapping me with his car. And I'm in my mind, I'm like, why do black men think it's just so cute, or it's just so funny to, like, abuse is funny and cute, the flirt, like that's their way of flirting, and it's not clicking for them. A lot of them are sociopaths. I'm gonna keep it above. Look at his eyes. Behind his eyes is just empty. Like you could tell, I can tell when somebody is a demon. And so it's like, as we grow older, we always are taught like, oh, be with this black man, or they, or just black men in general, they like to associate us with abuse and danger, and they like to tell us that that's love, and that's not love. It's not cute, it's not appealing. It's just not. It's not normal, and they want to normalize it. And then as soon as you say, "Hey, that's not cute," or in my experience, because I date Italian men, I date white men. They, it's none of that. It's none of that. Like it's weird. That's not. I don't know why they don't click for them, but I guess because.
So are you saying that Italian men and white men don't abuse women?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm all men are demonic. You know, that's my MO. But for me as a dark skinned and brown skinned woman, I don't typically date my race because they are colorists. So that's just me. That's why I say that's my preference. I'm not saying that all black men um do that, but I'm just saying that's my preference and my experience. All men are demonic. They have a penis between their legs, they demonic. Um but but I'm just saying what I see in the community a lot of times, if you're a brown skin or dark skinned woman, they already think that you the bottom of the barrel and you should just take anything and you should just put up or deal with anything as far as abuse, DV, essay, whatever, because it's just like, oh, it's whatever. You don't have no value, don't nobody care about you, so I can treat you any type of way. So that's all I'm saying. But I'm a keep saying this. I'm not saying that it's solely just black men doing it. It's all men. But in my experience, I get treated better where I'm loved, and so I go where I'm loved, and not where I'm devalued or I have to prove that I'm a human. And I'm gonna end my TED talk there. And thank you, you triggered for having me
No,
up.
no, stay. No, Shay, stay. No problem, no problem, no problem. I normally would say something to rebut you, but since you're not here that often, I don't want you to take it the wrong way, so I'm just
Oh,
gonna
no, no, no. Go ahead,
leave it
I'm gonna
there.
stay. I'm gonna stay for that.
You
Go ahead.
know, that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
No, no, no.
Because anybody that's always here, they already know I'm about to say, so it's all good.
Okay, let me revert. Let me steer the conversation somewhere else. Shay, I do want you to stay. Okay. So yesterday it was Shay's birthday, right? So I just want all of us, please, 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 let's just sing her a little happy birthday, okay? If y'all ready, if y'all down, I do the countdown. We start singing.
I wished her happy birthday on her page. I saw her
Okay,
videos. She looked really
yeah.
pretty.
And I thought, yeah, okay, because I thought like a lot of people probably didn't see it. So I was like,
Oh no, I saw
oh,
it.
yeah, Shay, we
I saw
should
it.
sing her happy birthday.
Yeah, she had this red lip. She looked really cute. She had
She
like her hair
did.
pent up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, well, never mind then. I was like, we could just sing a little happy
See, I
birthday.
already had the drop on you. I knew that it was her birthday yesterday. Mm-hmm.
Or whatever.
So much. Y'all are so sweet.
Yep, yep.
Yeah. Well, never mind. I was gonna do something really,
But
really
you trigger.
special.
You can go ahead and say what you was gonna say before I was gonna go.
Oh no, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all. I really appreciate it.
Love you
No problem.
too.
You have a great rest of your night.
You too.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Yeah, nah, it's just no purpose in me saying that, y'all. Because if y'all, all the ladies that are always in here, y'all already know what I was about to say. So there's no purpose in me saying it, like legitimately. But I'll just say, hopefully, we can get some more like young black women to just have higher self esteem and just not listen to the things that the world tells us. You know what I'm saying? Not listen to the things that black men tell us, not listen to the things that white men and white women say about black people. Not listen to the things that white Hispanics say about black people or the world says, and just realizing that we have power. You know what I'm saying? And we are worthy. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, if we can get more of the younger women to understand their worth and value, they won't feel like pressed to settle for men like the one in this picture. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's all. I'm just hoping that we could get there. You know what I'm saying? And maybe we can. And or maybe we can't. But all I know is that I'll try my best to do what I can do in a micro as a micro influencer. Okay. I'll try my best to like do videos to where in live streams where we talk about like how to uplift us, and not just like you have to be like a young girl to feel low self-esteem. You could be a grown woman and older woman and still feel, you know what I'm saying, like low self-esteem or whatever, like, and need to build that up. But yeah, yeah, that's all I'm saying. But I'm gonna end this live, you guys. So if any of you guys have anything to say before I get up out of here, let me know. Let me know.
Trey, do you believe that the black community is like, they think like a cult mentality? Would you agree with that?
What do you mean by that?
Like a cult mentality, like in regards to, if you do not believe what the rest of the community, the entire community believes, they will ostracize you severely. Just like, for example, with Tory Lanez, if you don't agree with them, they'll curse you out or threaten you, etc. If you don't date felonious men, they will ostracize you for that as well. Or just like that, just like a hive mind, if you don't agree with the hive mind, you're gone. Like, it's over with. If no different from with Cardi B, for an example, just like how I was in a live for a different BLK women side, and this woman was crying about how Cardi B was pregnant and they were mistreating her so badly, and saying they're always treating black women so badly. And then I said, wait. I just asked a question. I said, wait, did you just say Cardi B is black? She was silent for a second, and then she started threatening me and saying that I don't want to end up fighting with another BLK woman. And I'm like, what did I say? She's not. But that's what I mean. And then everybody in the panel started agreeing with her. And I said, was this not a panel about specifically being allocating a women side? And that's what I mean. And that's what I mean by a cult mind mentality.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think there are different groups of thought in the black community, and depending on where you are, like if you run across those people, then they may have an issue with what you're saying. Like, you got the black people that are, let's see. You got the pro blacks, you got the pick me's, you got the white male worshipers, you got the black male worshipers, you got the non-black woman worshipers, because that's something that's not talked about. Just like you have black women that are the black male worshipers and the white male worshipers, you also have black women that pedestalize non-black women and want to include them for whatever reason, as if that's going to make them more desirable to the world. It's not that they're not desirable, but it's not going to make them more desirable in the eyes of the world by being connected to non-black women, like a Cardi B, like an Erica Mena, like a Evelyn Lozada. You know what I'm saying? I think that happens all the time. But certain groups of black people, in my opinion, that have certain groups of thought, you got to stay away from. And I would say, like, the non-black women worshipers, the one that'll tell you that Erica Mena and Cardi B are Afro-Latina, those women are completely delusional psychopaths. You got to stay away from them. The black male worshipers, you got to stay away from them. The ones that say black men are kings and we got to help our black men. And they just say everything that black men are doing is our fault. You also got to avoid the white male worshipers, the black women that say, oh, the white man treat me so much better than black people ever had, as the white man has lynched, raped, unalived, disenfranchised, all of these horrible things to the collective of black people, but yet somehow he loved your black behind. Oh, okay. Those black women are delusional. You got to get away from them. You got to get away from the black women that think that gay men can call them all type of B's and 304s and call them fish, and they love that. But if a black woman say something to them, they going crazy. I mean, it's just the Hebrew Israelites, you got to go away from them. The pro-blacks, you got to get away from them. The trans women or women, those respectfully, you got to get away from them. It's a whole bunch of different ones that you have to get away from. But yeah, so it's like if you get around those type of groups of people, and it's a lot others too. But yeah, some of those main ones, or like the super liberal black people that borderline have like a whole bunch of white people ideologies. The raccoons, like, yeah, it's a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? That if you find yourself running on those spaces, that you may find yourself feeling like that. But you just got to come back over here, sis, and get loved on by us. You know.
Yeah, I always appreciate your 2 cents, triggers, and I appreciate you bringing me up here. Now I'm going to drop, but before I do, I just wanted to say I am Wicca myself. I am not Christian, but after that cycle story, I need to drop down and bleach my ears with holy water and snort the Bible, so I gotta go. So all of you have a great night, and thank you, Trigger. You have a great night too, okay?
No problem, sis. Thanks for coming. Sorry about the story. I know that was wild. It was wild when I heard it. I was flabbergasted. Actually, don't know if I've heard anything that disgusting before. Let me go up here to Camila.
Oh, you said that perfect.
All right, yay.
Yeah, I'm really sad that she dropped off because I wanted to tell a story real quick. In the 1970s, a guy named Gregory Green, he unalived his fiance, his pregnant fiance, and it, obviously unalived her and the baby. He then called 911 and sat on the front porch. And the police came and got him, and he got like 25 years in prison. While he was in there, he reached out to a local pastor, and him and this pastor became friends. And this pastor wrote to the parole board on his behalf and said he's changed. He's now a member of a church. I'm going to give him a job when he comes out. And he wrote so many letters to the parole board that it showed that he had community. And if he got out, he could be a functioning member of society. He gets out and he marries the pastor's daughter. She already has 2 or 3 kids. Him and her have 2 more daughters together. They're together happily for about 2 or 3 years, and Gregory snaps. He ties her up in the basement. He carves up her face, and then he proceeds to unalive her older kids in front of her. He takes the 2 younger ones, put them in the car in the garage, turns on the car, and he sits on the front porch, and he calls the police, and the police comes and gets him. Now, my issue with this is I don't think it's a one-person problem. I think dating men in prison is systematic. You're telling me the pastor couldn't be like, that's too big of a risk to take with my daughter. The whole congregation didn't sit down and be like, hey, boo, are you sure you want to apply for the same job where the lady before you didn't make it alive? Nobody sat down and talked to her. And watching, it's on YouTube. You see her at court, like telling the judge, like, give him the maximum time. He should never get out again. And she looks like she had no idea he would do this for the second time. So if everybody around you is kind of supporting your delusion, like, oh, you're better than the last girl, he would never do that to you. If everybody around you is like, this is okay, this is acceptable, I think that programming gets into your head and it almost replaces common sense. I think critical thinking. It replaced all of that. But this woman not only lost the children with him, she lost children from a previous relationship. She put everybody in harm's way. So I don't think it's just like, oh, these women are silly. I think in the Black community, we kind of advertise struggle love. We kind of salute you for hanging in there with him. Like, oh, y'all got out the mud. Like, y'all been in there together. So yeah, if you ever have time, look up Gregory Green on YouTube. It's terrible. It's heartbreaking. And I think the worst part is that she was a member of the church. Her father was a pastor. Somebody in the congregation should have had more sense. A neighbor, something. That's all I had to say.
Right, all right. I got you, Camila. And yes, I definitely heard that story. And I think it was utterly terrible. And I do think many people failed her. But I also think she failed herself by not having any common sense. And I really not trying to be funny, but my goodness, like I feel like what would even make you give that man a chance? Are you that desperate? But that is exactly why pick meism is dangerous because I really do believe that she prioritized having a man above her own self preservation. Because a man that will unalive his previous wife, the fact that you would even dare think about giving that man a piece of pussy, is you're crazy. You're a complete lunatic. What would make you ever want to do something so insane? Completely insane. So I feel for her, you know, I have empathy for her, but I also believe that she's a complete idiot. And her complete stupidity caused her children to lose their lives. And the number one person to blame, of course, is the man, but she's a very close second, followed by her daddy, right behind, because she was an adult. So yeah, I can't blame her father for you know what I'm saying. But I do get what you're saying, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, let me go up here to Brittany. Brittany, you got anything to say, Brittany?
Hi,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. Gonna give you a follow too. I just wanted to say, like, I'm just coming from somebody's perspective that has been through it before. Sometimes it just comes from not wanting to judge people. Like, you know, within our community, we go through so much and people get ostracized so much. But it also, like, you have to use your discernment and your intuition. I dated a man for 5 years who literally looked almost identical to the guy that you have up on the prompt. Tattoos on the face, in and out of jail, you know, things like that. And I ended up staying with him longer than I intended to because I cared about his kids more than I cared about that relationship. Like, his baby mama was homeless and going through all kind of stuff, and I was just like, until she gets herself stable, I want them kids with me. I can't let a child suffer. And I put myself through a lot of things that I didn't need to go through. And it definitely is like a non-judgment factor for a lot of us. Like, you know, we don't want to put stigmas on people that the rest of society does. So it's like, you know, you're like, oh, well, this person could have changed. And, you know, you want to have that hope for people, like, that they grow and learn. And a lot of the times they don't.
Uh, I'll just say that I think that's a kind of a faulty way of thinking. You absolutely
It
want to put
is. It
stigmas on
definitely
people,
is, sis.
and you absolutely want to be judgmental on people. You only have one
Yeah.
life, Brittany. One life. You are a beautiful young woman. Like you've got to understand that the person that needs to take priority in this world is you. Like you can't afford to give some dusty a chance, some dusty
Yeah.
no good Negro a chance. Like if he's presenting like this, that means he doesn't care about himself, and he's definitely not going to care about you the way that you deserve to be treated. So
Yeah.
I think a lot of times with black women, yeah, it's not just young black women, it's black women in general. Black women, black girls are taught to put the priority of black men above their own health,
Mm-hmm.
well-being, safety, and all of that, and not to judge them. I can guarantee you the grace that you would extend to him by saying, "Oh, I don't want to judge him. Oh, I want to give him a grace." If you
Mm-hmm.
were 500 pounds and you had 8 kids by 8 different baby daddies, he would be judging
Mm-hmm.
you. He wouldn't give you the time or opportunity. So because he'd be thinking about how that's not going to fit right in his life and how you don't fit the standards of whatever he's looking for. You've got to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I also wanted to say, like, you know I look young, as we often do as black women, but it feels so good for people younger than me to be having these conversations and see their value and their worth when, girl, I'm 35. Like, you know, like, I know that's not old, but it's probably a lot older than everybody else here having this conversation. And, you know, I just
I
want to
mean, I'm
remind,
older than you.
oh, you don't look like it. But it's just like, I want to remind people to not, like, fall into that same trope that I did, like, of feeling like my value is depleting, or I have to hurry up and settle down and hurry up and find somebody that likes me because of my age.
All right, all right.
So y'all are amazing. Y'all are doing the work, and we're just having these conversations breaks down those stigmas so much, and I love it. I love y'all Black women. But that's all I had to say. I'm gonna get down now.
All right, I got you. I got you, Brittany. I appreciate you, sis. Like I said, I just want to tell Black women, like, there's nothing wrong with you. And I think that Black women we're used to giving people grace and used to sacrificing ourselves in order to uplift someone else. And I believe that right now in 2025, that type of thing has got to stop. Black women,
Yes.
you shouldn't have to sacrifice yourself so that somebody else can get a leg up or do better with themselves. Because
Yes,
where are
ma'am.
those people at when you need somebody to support you or to uplift you when you're at your worst? If you see a man like this, he doesn't have anything to lose, nothing to
Mm-hmm.
lose, and he's not going to have any problem allowing you to lose everything that you have. So,
No,
I
that
mean,
is so
yeah.
facts. Like, I've never had an eviction in my life until last year. And it was all because my mom called a wellness check on me, and the apartment said that they didn't want to have me there anymore.
I'm sorry to
So,
hear that.
no, it's okay. I'm doing fine. I have family that cares about me, but a lot of people don't have that support system behind them. So these type of conversations are so important. And just seeing you do the work, it's amazing. And I love it.
All right, I
But
got
you
you.
don't have
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I muted you, Brittany. You had something to say, Brittany? Were you still saying something, Brittany?
no, I was just saying I love it. I love that you're doing the work, and that's amazing. That's all I was saying.
All right, I got you. I got you. Appreciate you, Brittany. You had something to say, Camila?
Yeah, to Brittany, I'm older than all of y'all. I don't know if I'm gonna say how old, but I'm older than all of y'all.
You don't look like it either.
Girl, a little Botox ain't never hurt nobody. Um, but I just want y'all to hear this. My whole life, there's been this inside thing about a time clock. Like, you need to get married, you have to partner up, you have to be with somebody. I have never subscribed to that. I've always been very selfish, very focused on me. I come from a two-parent household, a healthy two-parent household. My dad is with my mom right now. Been married over 50 something years. So I've never found a man that matches my standards. And I don't know if that's a bad thing. As I'm getting older and I see my friends getting divorces, being single mothers, I don't have any kids. I've been married once and not for a very long time. But as I see myself getting older and I see my peers getting older, they're divorced, they have horror stories. You know, he was stalking me, restraining orders. I had one of my best friends had to move out the state to get away from her ex-husband. Like, just I dodged a bullet. And because I've never been male centered, I've never been boy crazy. When the little girls were going through that, I didn't go through that. The rich man I thought I wanted to marry, I became. Because I wasn't focused on how's my hair look for boys. I was focused on, I like my hair like this. I wasn't focused on, where the boy's going to be out tonight. I was in college. So I am so happy where my life has ended up. And I've come out unscathed. Like, I don't have any mental health problems. I have a friend that cannot drive a car because the last time she was in a car with a man she was dating, he got mad at her and threatened to drive into traffic. Like, she can't drive anymore. I have come out unscathed. I'm 42 years old. I don't have any kids. I own a home, several. I'm a landlord. And I think because I did not focus on the boys and because they didn't break me, because I didn't allow them to take my heart and my health and my mental health. Like the juice wasn't worth the squeeze. And Brittany, when I hear you talk about this guy and taking in his kids, like, what's the reward gonna be for that? What are you gonna get in
It
return from
never
that?
was a reward, and I can admit that. It was just like with my family is very close, and when I hear stories about other people not getting along with their own mothers and their own fathers and things like that, like, it hurts. So I value that a lot. But it's like I was trying to also form my own family, and I let myself fall to the wayside because of that. And like, I love children, you know what I mean? Like, and even just kids that I'm a godparent to, like, I love. It's not just them being children, like, just seeing them grow into their own person is amazing too. And it's like I wanted that, so I let myself settle, because exactly how you're saying you were younger, like, that's how I was. And then it's like, as I got older, like, it's like I started hearing this time clock ticking in my head, and it let me go away from what I know and my better judgment.
Okay. If Brittany, if you really want a family, find a man that's gonna be a family with you, and don't have more kids than you can afford to take care of by yourself. Because
Yeah,
the reality is, men, not just black men aren't sticking around like they used to.
yeah,
And you're still young, you can still have kids, but just, you can't make a family with somebody else, some other woman's kids. You don't know his relationship with her. Is she gonna come back around? You don't know what he's telling her. We don't know enough about these dudes.
right.
So find you a good guy, find you a nice guy, settle down with him, have your own kids. That's what I would suggest. And as far as you being so nice and understanding, that will have you 6 feet under.
Yeah,
You
facts.
will understand a man to your demise. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever you got to do to cut that out now. Like, there's no
Yeah,
sob story good enough for you to put your safety. And you know, men are dangerous without, men are dangerous,
yeah,
period. Men
yeah,
are dangerous. Like, you cannot afford to gamble with your life like this, because you only get one.
All right, I
yeah.
got
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Thank y'all
Appreciate the
so
both.
much.
Oh, no problem, Brittany. Appreciate you, sis. Also appreciate you, Camila. I just
Mhm.
want to say I'm older than you, Camila.
How old are you?
I'm older than you.
Tell me.
I'm 45. Well, no, excuse me.
Okay.
I'm actually 46. Excuse me. I just turned 46, so I had to forget. Yeah, I'm 46.
Come on,
Uh,
Black Don't Crack.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I just want to let y'all know that. So y'all got to know I am older than y'all. I know I probably have a younger sounding voice, but or probably the things I say just sound so off the wall. Y'all think I'm not older, but I definitely am. Let me see. I think it was Calandra. You had something to say?
I just wanted to continue your point when you were like, first I wanted to tell you happy birthday since you say you just turned 46.
Oh, thank you,
Oh,
thank you, thank you.
Happy birthday to you. And I definitely wanted to get your point when you were like settling for men. I definitely agree with that. Women, we stop settling for men. Like Trigger said, if you cheated on him, he would leave immediately. The loserest man thinks he deserves the best type of woman. Women have got to stop settling. Accept being alone. Ain't nothing wrong with being alone. Like, I know it might get lonely at night, but at the same time, it's better to be by yourself than be stressed out by the man. And it's really sad and disheartening that people have a problem with prompts like this, because what did you say that was wrong? Do not date felons or hood men. Why do you want to date a man like that? I mean, like, I definitely agree with you, Trigger. Women need to stop settling. And I definitely, oh, she a Virgo, y'all. She not a Scorpio. She said she was a Virgo. I definitely agree with that. Women need to stop settling. And it's okay. And I definitely agree with that woman Camila when she said that about. Wait, what did he just say in these comments? I definitely agree with you, Trigger, with everything you said. Your lies definitely helped me a lot as somebody that was raised and like saw toxic relationships with my mom. Like, you helped me like way more than my mom ever did. Cause my mom was not helping. Like when I was growing up, I saw like bad relationships. I saw my mom get knocked between her head, between the dryer, and be with the man like ain't nothing happened. And so I just always want to thank you, Trigger, because you helped me out a lot.
No problem. I'm so happy that I've helped you. Like, it really does mean a lot to me when y'all say things like this. Like, I'm just always so like humbled by it because I'm just sitting here just I'm just glad I'm helping because that was my whole goal and viewpoint. I just want y'all to know though, this is the man that was in the comments talking about black women and feminism. Like, this man looks like a literal, I really don't even know, monster man, mush mouth monster. Like, why is it I don't know why it's always y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all men that look like I would cross the street clutching my purse. Like, y'all men that if y'all came anywhere near me that I would actually detach my vagina and put it in the freezer just for fear that you might try to do something with it. And I couldn't even take that. Like, I would literally detach my vagina from my body. I'm talking about like Mr. Potato Head or Mrs. Potato Head. You know how they have all of those removable body parts? I would like literally just turn into Mrs. Potato Head and take my vagina off and just put it in a secret place. Like, y'all really got to get real. Like, honestly, who's checking for you? Who's talking? Who's talking to you? Like, what? Who's talking to you? Who's having a conversation with you? Like, what women are you engaging with on an everyday basis that are actually having a conversation with you other than running away in horror? I already know that these women are not talking to you. So what do you know about feminism? What do you know about women? What do you know about anything that women like, would desire, what? Because I know no women are taking you seriously other than maybe some possible women on the corner that are in need of their daily dose of smack or something like that. And you got that $20 or $40 for them. But no woman with any sense that has anything going on for her is entertaining you. I refuse to believe it. Y'all really got to stop playing with me, bro. And then the fact that you even took this picture and you thought that this was acceptable to make me look at. Why would you make me look at this? I'm sorry. Why would you make me look at this? Stop playing with me, bro. Stop. Stop it now. Stop it. I really need y'all to quit. I really need y'all to get a grip and stop playing with me. Like, honestly, it's really. Oh my goodness. Lord. Miss Chrissy, baby, you said that he looked like he breathed all the oxygen out there. He like this. Somebody said my chest hurting. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Oh my goodness. I cannot deal with these men. Like, they are truly terrifying. Like, I honestly see why there are so many women that are like happily single. Because if, I've been married for so long, but if I was like single, like I wouldn't even try because the men that I see that come in this live are absolutely terrifying. Like, and I really, really mean that. Like, terrifying. Like, terrifying. Like, have you ever seen like, like on old school cartoons when like something happened and the eyeballs like of the people would just go out and they would be like, "Ooga," and the eyeballs would just pop out. Like, that's exactly how I feel like when I see these men's profile photos. Like, my eyeballs they can't even believe them. My eyeballs can't even believe it. Like, my eyeballs be like literally jumping out my sockets onto the computer screen. Like, oh, I can't believe this. This is what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't even understand. My eyeballs have run away from me several times while I've been talking to you guys. I can't even see. Like, I'm just like, what is that lady? Like, I'm blind. I'm blind. How can I drive? Like, that one lady that was like, P.O.P. hold it down. I'm legally blind. I'm legally blind. That's how I be feeling when I see these men profile photos. Like, honestly, it's like, P.O.P. hold it down. I don't, hopefully y'all get that. I'm chronically online, so I don't even know if y'all get my reference. But anyway, does anybody have anything else to say, y'all? That man just blew me. Like, honestly, I really don't even know what to say. Like, yeah. You have something to say, Camila?
But you know he got 2 or 3 or 4 kids though.
Girl,
You
if he
know,
got 2 or 3, 4 kids, I am right now. I'm taking a flight to every baby mama's house that he has and smacking them for the low
they,
self-esteem.
they still got kids. They still got women that take them in if they needed to. That don't mean
Oh my
nothing.
goodness. I
That's
don't know who, what, when, where.
that's why the man at the gas station on the bike, that's why he'll approach anybody because it's worked before on somebody.
Oh, you know what? Thomas Lyles said that one thing these women don't have is another woman hair on their head. Well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Thomas Lyles. You know what you need? When you talk about black women having another race of hair on their heads, you need another man's face on your body. Did you know that? So maybe you should take the lead of the women that you talk about wearing wigs and weaves. You need to go ahead and put another man's face on your body because that one is closed for business. It is completely atrocious. You are very visually unappealing. So if we gonna do anything, I need you to go ahead and flip that face off and put something else on there because my God, okay, you are one of the most fuggliest men I have seen in this past 2 weeks. Okay? Because most of the time, that's why I had to say 2 weeks because a lot of ugly men come through my lives. But sir, you top two. And you not number two for this week. My goodness. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, like y'all gotta get a grip and realize who you talking to and what you dealing with. Honestly, I need you to go. Never mind. Just get out of here, okay? Just go. Just go. All right. Because I already know you talk about you get all races of women. All races of women where? At the homeless shelter? At the local smack house? Because I know you're not getting no women worth no type of time or opportunity. Because any woman that had even $1.50 in her pocket would not entertain you. Okay? Not even that. Not even that. Anyway, you guys, Chilotem, Gabrielle, do either of y'all had anything to say before I get out of here?
Yeah, I thought this was a really great live. I really love, like, literally everything Camila said. I really think Camila is so wise and so intelligent, and she made so many great points. And yeah, this was a great live, and I'm glad I caught it because I know I missed like one or two before. But yeah, no, I mean, this was awesome. And thank you to all the ladies on the panel and in the chat and Triggered. And I really did enjoy this one.
All right, great, great, great. And I also appreciate Camila. I think this might be the first time I've ever talked to you, Camila. I think she also added something good to the conversation because she is a woman that is successful in her own right, and other women that are like younger women that are single and stuff like that can look at her as an example of what they can get to, and they can get that without a man. Because I like what she said when she was like, she became the rich man that she wanted. Like that's a bar right there for younger women that, because with all of the like the what is the word called, the hypergamy content that we have going, which I disagree with most of it because it's so male centered, but I always say that it's so much better when a woman is able to get it on her own. You know what I'm saying? And that way she doesn't have to worry about a man telling her anything. She's on her own. Chalotem, did you have anything to say, sis?
Yeah, thank you so much for always having me and creating this safe space. I feel like I try to tell as many people as I can about you. I bless the day I found your YouTube channel because it's really like, how do you say when something, how do you say this now? I'm blanking on the word, but it's like a gold mine. Yes, like a gold mine. So many good advice, advice that I didn't get as a kid, even as an adult. So I'm really, really grateful for the space and just for the reinforcements. Because sometimes, it almost feels as if you're alone, not you specifically, but like women who think alike and are in this space, it kind of feels like you're alone in the real world. Because at the end of the day, you only find people like this on the internet. For some reason, you don't you don't see them that much in real life. So Thank you so much. And yeah, and thanks to all the ladies in the chat as well.
All right, I got you. I got you, Chilo Tim. Yes, and I wanted to say thanks to all the ladies in the chat too. I'm glad to see you, Miss Chrissy, baby. I hope things are going well. I wanted to say too. I don't know if I told everybody this. I've said it in my latest videos, but if you guys follow my YouTube, all you have to do is click on my page. The link is in my bio. But if you guys know about that new hype system on YouTube, if you can, please hype my videos because that's really helping me push it out there even more. Help get me out there in the algorithm. Hyping my video. Like, please spend your hype points on me if you could. I'd appreciate it. It will cost you nothing. It's free to do that. Please hype me up. I think there's a button for hyping the videos up, Miss Chrissy baby, like on the video, like when it has the title and all that.
Wait, what video is this?
You can hype any of my videos up.
Okay,
It's a
okay,
new thing
gotcha.
that they have now, like on YouTube, and it like helps like the creator or whatever get into the algorithm and all of that. It just helps you more as a creator. It's supposed to help like smaller YouTubers. At least that's how they spun it to me. Like when they send all the people that make the videos the little emails where they tell you about like what new is going on, and they just said that it's helpful and it helps push. It's supposed to help more like smaller creators because technically, I'm still small, even though I'm getting there, but I'm still small. So yeah. And I'm actually pulling up a video now so I can see like where, but because I'm on my page, it might not show me how to like hype it. Let me see if I click somebody else's video and see if it'll show me on theirs how to hype it. Let's see here. I'm looking right now. This is Tyler Perry. Lord, this is a Medea family funeral. That's definitely not what I'm trying to look at. Hold on. Let's see. Let's look at Secret Lovers. I don't even see hype on this either. Y'all tell me where y'all see the cause I know I told everybody to hype it and everybody told me that they could do that, but I don't even see it here. As anybody, this is terrible, y'all. I'm over here trying to tell y'all what to do. And
I think you can see before you open the comments. It's like a swipeable feature.
oh, okay. All right. Well, please, if you know exactly how to do it, please just let them know because I don't even know. Lord have mercy, because I don't even see it. I don't know if it's because I'm on YouTube Studio. That's why I can't see it or what.
Oh, you have to go to YouTube itself and then click on a video.
Yeah, let's see, because it still got me a freaking YouTube Studio. Lord.
Can you
Okay.
hype videos from your phone? Because that's usually where I mean, I have it on my laptop, but I usually am on my phone when I'm on YouTube or.
Yeah, you can hype videos from your phone. Yep. You can. So anywho, like, yeah, if you guys could do that for me, that would be great. I think it is really helping me or whatever. Like my whole goal, I'm gonna tell you guys my whole goal, since it's not that many people in here. My goal is to I would love to get that play plaque. I would feel like I've arrived, you know. I'm almost 1/3 of the way there, but that still got a long way to go. So, yeah, okay, you found it, Miss Chrissy, baby. Okay, thank you. Yeah, because it's like some people that they'll send me messages and tell me they do that. I hope Chase Royal, you said you hope I never reach my goal. Well, thanks so much. Thanks so much, Chase Royals. Let me tell you something. Since you really want my attention, Chase, I'm going to give you the attention that you really want. Hold on. Chase Royales. First of all, let me tell you something. You big Velveeta teeth having, looking like you got a secret grinder account where you just go ahead and give clandestine head in the back of a bathroom to some big burly dude and then come back and lay up in your girl face, I know you're not talking to me, all right, about anything. You look like a black Mrs. Doubtfire if you don't get up out my face. And the fact that and I know that you feminine, and I know that you like your pussy played with, by the simple fact that you even said that to me. Because why did you have to say that? Unless you either want attention or either you are one of the GAYEST men that I've ever seen in my life. And it's always y'all. And I want to know how you take a picture with a filter on it, yet your teeth still look yellow. So I think you have far more things to be concerned about than concerned about me. You need to be concerned about brushing your teeth and getting your what is it? So your however long you've been, but you need to get your teeth clean. That's for sure. And there's so many of y'all gingivitis warriors that I've come across over the past couple days. Y'all that don't do no flossing, don't do no brushing, don't do getting nothing up under the gum line. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got the most to say about me. Like, and I really don't even know why. Like, for real, for real. Like, you worry about getting your teeth together and looking like, you know what I'm saying? Never mind. Just you worry about you. Don't worry about me. If only I could reach my goals the way that you have reached your goals, as figuring out how many cocks and balls you can fit down that throat of yours. Okay? Please get up out of here, Chase. You don't want me to really start talking about you. You really don't. Anywho, like I was saying, I don't know why they do this. I actually think a lot of these guys actually like that I talk about them. I've told y'all this. Do y'all know how many men that if I don't block them, now that I've had mods now, it doesn't, they don't do it as much because most of the time after I roast the guys, the mods end up blocking them. But do you know how many men that I have roasted on here that have either DM me if I haven't blocked them or DM me from another page talking about, oh, I like you, you're funny? Because I think a lot of men like to be abused, and that's something that people don't talk about either. There are a lot of men that like to be abused and talked down to. I find that to be very strange, but I think that's why sometimes they say that to me. Because men, if you come in my live at this point, y'all know I talk about men. You know what I mean? Anyway, you have something to say, Camila, before I get out of here, sis?
Yeah, I have a take on men.
Oh,
So
go ahead.
I have a take. I think they're so starved for like attention, kind of like kids, that even negative attention will do. I think they just want attention. I think they're energy vampires. And that's the same reason why when a woman breaks up with a man, she has this huge glow up. I think through the relationship, he was sucking out her energy. That's what I think. I think men want your yelling, they want your conflict, they want your attention, they just want your energy, negative or positive.
Do you know that the man that I first put up here, you know, the guy that I roasted, Thomas Lyles, he put in the comments, he said that brother don't have on a mask and a wig, that all natural Jezebel. The fact that you came up there and said that you talked about that man being all natural, this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say that a lot of you guys y'all have this like type of homoerotic connection with each other. And I really wish that a lot of you guys would just accept, you know what I'm saying, that you actually are schmomosexual and accept that and live in that truth, and y'all would be better off. Y'all would be way more happier. Y'all wouldn't be attacking black women if y'all would accept that. Because the fact that you let that come out of your greasy black and mild lips, you're trying to defend this man. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to defend him. You're trying to talk about like him being all natural and all this other stuff. You don't find that to be suspicious? You don't find that to be sus? Like, that is highly strange behavior coming from a man that just said that you get all of these women. Like, sir, when you are talking about all of these women that you're getting, do they have penises? Because I feel like they do. I feel like they do. I feel like these women that you're talking about that you get of all these different races, I feel like they have penises and testicles. That's what I think. Because the fact that you just let that come out of your mouth, but this is exactly what I'm talking about. There are a lot of men, the reason why they have so much disdain for you as a black woman, they have so much to say about your hair and your makeup, and that they're focusing on that as men, is because secretly they want to do what you do. They're jealous that you can wear a makeup, you can go put on some lashes, you can go do your hair. They're jealous of that because that's actually what they want to do, but they're too afraid to live in their truth. Like, and I really feel like y'all gotta just live in your truth. I think that you would be better off mentally and emotionally if you did. But it's been fun talking about y'all, but really, I'm done with it because I still got to finish up this last video, editing it, and I really do, and I got to do the thumbnails and stuff, y'all, too. So I'm going to get off of here, but once again, I appreciate Camila, appreciate Kalandra, appreciate Chalotam, appreciate Gabrielle. It's always good to see all you ladies. Appreciate all the ladies in the chat, too. Miss Dane Nicole, Miss Fana, Miss Chrissy Baby. Let me see all the other ladies that possibly are in here. Miss Anthea, let me block Thomas Lyles too so he doesn't come back. Okay, we'll make sure that he's not coming back. And if you guys could block Chase, whatever the dude was that I put up his picture last, if y'all see him, block him too. But anyway, appreciate Nate Nicole, Relentlessly Me, Miss Ebony, who always comes through, gives me some gifts. I appreciate you so much, Miss Ebony. I see Miss Chrissy Love in here, Sheba, Diva Outside, Miss Crowder, Madame University, Shannon Faith, Leilani's still in here. Appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate all of you ladies for just coming. I really do appreciate y'all. Honestly and truly, for real. I appreciate y'all so much for support and watching my videos and, just coming to my lives and stuff and even supporting here on the late night. I appreciate y'all so much. And if you're a Black woman and you're listening to this, I hope that you have a great, I think it's like holiday weekend coming soon. So I hope you guys have a great holiday weekend. Whether you celebrate, whatever. I don't mean that. I just mean like the day off that a lot of you guys will have. So I appreciate y'all and hope y'all have a great night. And if you're a Black woman, I just want y'all to know you're amazing, awesome, special, valuable, elegant, thebomb.com. And I just want you to be happy. And I want you to feel good about yourself. And it doesn't matter whether you're single, whether you're married, whether you have kids, whether you don't have kids, whether you work a 9 to 5, whether you're self-employed, whatever the case may be, however you're living your life. I'm happy as long as you're happy and you're healthy and you're loved and you're safe. And that's all I want for every Black woman and Black girl listening to this. And all over the world, to be honest with y'all. I love y'all and I'll see y'all later, all right? Love y'all.